You know, Milo, that girl really hurt me. But now I know just how Tamara felt when I treated her the exact same way. I'm a bastard.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Simon. Come on, let me buy you a milkshake.
Just toast. I'm gonna think about it some.
FOTMs, do you know what time it is? It's toast time! Toast! Featuring Stu Stone, Cam Gordon, and Toronto Mike.
That's toast. Yeah, just toast.
Toronto. Woo! VK on the beat. Check. I'm in Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm from Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm in Toronto like we wanna get the city love. My city love me back for my city love. I'm in Toronto.
Welcome to episode 1100. That's 1100 of Toronto Mic'd. Proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. StickerU.com. Create custom stickers, labels, tattoos, and decals for your home and your business. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Electronic Products Recycling Association. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. Ridley Funeral Home. Pillars of the community since 1921. And Canna Cabana. The lowest prices on cannabis guaranteed. Over 100 stores across the country. Learn more at cannacabana.com.
Are you almost done?
Today, for the 8th episode of Toast, is Cam Gordon
Yay.
Wow.
and Stu Stone.
Hey.
When did we bring this back? I thought there was more. 8? I guess once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
Okay,
we only
yeah,
brought
that
it.
makes sense.
It is what it is. Like I did the
It is
count.
what it is.
The accountants went over the numbers.
I am what I am.
This is the 8th. That's a Popeye.
Yeah.
We're also coming on to the 1-year anniversary of Mike's camping trip
Oh, I have another one next week.
Right.
slash the pulling the plug on the original incarnation
Totally.
of this successful
When he
show.
got exhausted, he couldn't.
Back when we used to
That
do
was
this weekly,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Right.
now
And-
it's just 8 episodes.
You change your tune quickly. Now you're saying, oh, it's every 3. It should be every 3 weeks.
I
Pretty wants it more often.
I am of the opinion that weekly is too much, monthly is too little.
Mm.
Can't we meet in the middle?
No.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Are you looking at comments? 'Cause-
No,
we're-
there's
oh.
a delay on the
Video.
feed, but it's still like us.
Our wrestling poses.
All right, so we're live at live.torontomike.com.
The mega
We're live.
powers.
Every episode of Toast is live. Of course, this is also recorded to be an episode of Toronto Mike. This is episode 1100. That's a pretty round number
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
1100 right here.
right here. This is it.
Ah.
And
Wow.
last time you guys were here,
Are you doing this? This is the 3WE Cleveland deep dive, 1100 AM.
yes, I don't.
Do you know that station?
No, I know WKRP. That's in Cincinnati.
Yeah, because back in the day, when I used to be a Cleveland Guardians fan as a youngster,
Okay, good.
I would have to like get the transistor radio out.
Really?
And get 1100 AM so I could hear the Cleveland games.
like Pat Tabler and Joe Carter.
Corey Snyder, of course.
Cecil
Like-
Cooper?
Like Corey?
No.
No Cecil Cooper?
Never.
He was
Or
like
it was
the
Cecil,
Brewers.
though. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. But Corey
Cecil
Snyder.
Fielder for like a cup of coffee.
Greg,
Really?
Greg Swindell. Was
But Corey Snyder, back to that. That's your favorite. Is that your favorite ball player
He
of all
was back then. He was, yes.
and that's a shoot favorite player. Like genuine. Like Stu had the jersey. Like all sorts of stuff.
time? Wow.
Everything,
And Cam, you pointed out that I think we talked about like Blue Jays that have hit below the Mendoza line, which is batting under 200.
Well, to be fair, he
Yeah.
didn't have many at bats.
No, but there's a minimum at bat before
Yeah.
you can count it for Mendoza line. He hit the minimum, and he was the third lowest average in Blue Jays history.
That's
Yeah.
probably why he was kept off the playoff roster that year.
What year was that?
92.
90. Oh, so he was
Wow.
on that team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Him and Dave Parker came over, and neither of them played in the postseason.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
Dave Parker was
way
the year
past his
before. I
prime.
remember that, but
Or
yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
want to get 1236 or the former 1236.
1236 once you kicked out of the FOTM Hall of Fame. So last time you guys were here, I inducted you into the FOTM Hall of Fame.
Which I appreciate.
And you're not going anywhere. You
No.
can murder somebody at City Hall, and I'm keeping you in the FOTM Hall of Fame. Hey, before I'm going to get serious for a moment, and then we're going to have a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of ground to cover.
By the
This
way,
is gonna be-
just reading the chat here, shout out to Brooke Jacoby, Doug Jones.
Yeah.
They're very right about that.
The late Doug Jones
Yes.
that passed away.
Tom Candiotti.
Tom
let's
Candy. Yeah, they
leave
had some
him
good. Julio Frank. They had some fun players.
remember, there was that stretch where
Mel Hall.
every team in the AL East took a turn winning the pennant, right?
Yeah.
So they had to win the pennant at what was that, 87 or whatever? No. What
Not
year
at
did they win?
definitely in 97.
It's like 95. They went to the World
97
Series.
they went to the World Series and they lost.
Who's the
to Florida.
fast guy? Who's the fast guy?
You're talking
Oh,
about
Kenny-
Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton.
Yes. Okay.
Apparently
okay.
an asshole.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I read an article recently. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Well, fuck that guy.
Jerry
I'm
Brown,
cracking
shout out,
open the
yeah.
beer, and then
Jerry
we're going to have
Brown,
a serious
the governor.
moment before we have fun. Okay. So I'm going to my cracking open Sunnyside because the Sunnyside Pavilion, which is on the cover of this beer,
Right.
turned 100 years old the other day, and I actually took a photo of my bike outside the pavilion. The 100th birthday of Sunnyside.
There you go.
What do you got there?
I'm going to have the Connect.
Because I didn't know if you wanted the IPA.
Yeah, I'm going to thank you. I'm going to crack it right on the mic here.
So the serious moment before we go back to the toast frivolity, before we have fun on toast, I just want to be very serious for a moment and send my condolences to my friend and colleague, Mark Hebscher.
Oh, yes.
The passing
Yes.
of his mother, Sylvia, 90 years old.
Wow.
And there was no Hebsy on sports this week because, of course, Mark
Sitting
had to say
Shiva.
goodbye to his, sitting Shiva and saying goodbye to his mom. So I just want to let Mark Hebscher know that we're
I
all
don't know if
thinking
Mark
about him.
listens to this, but if he does, definitely we're sending our love to him. Tough time for Mark. Even at 90, that's a hell of a run,
Yeah.
and it's that's not easy.
It's a good,
not
good
easy.
long life.
I'd take it. You ever play that game? Like, would you take that number? Like, guaranteed. But I'll take 90.
over
You know
over
what I mean?
what?
Like overseeing what nature does. Like, because nature might beat 90. Maybe I'll die at 60.
Oh, like if you
but
can
like,
just
if you can
guarantee?
lock it in,
Okay.
I will lock it in at 90.
It's like a Ridley Funeral Home drinking game.
Shout out to Ridley
Yeah,
Funeral Home.
parlor game.
In happier news, I want to ask Stu how Aunt Sandy's birthday party went because I
Oh.
saw some footage and it looked
Yeah,
amazing.
that was a good time. My Aunt Sandy, who's a internet viral sensation, she had her 96th birthday just a few weeks ago, or last week, I guess it was. And I rented a stretch limousine,
Wow.
and she had a very funny remark about that, by the way. She said, the next time I ride in one of these is... She made one of those types of jokes, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But we
Shout out to
went
Ridley
to the
Funeral Home.
casino where the one that wasn't on strike, and we played some slots.
Wow.
She was slotting it up.
How old is she?
96.
Wow.
She loved it. Then we went to the Harvey's drive-through, which is what one does in a stretch limousine.
Very
Wow.
tasty.
And then we went back for some cake and some coffee.
What's her order at Harvey's?
She got some French fries,
Okay. I wondered if she was like going for the
a la carte.
poutine.
A la carte.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Are you kidding me?
Fries and ketchup.
Okay.
Her fries are decent.
Yeah, like McDonald's gets all the praise for their fries, but personally,
It
I'd
depends
rather,
on the Harveys, So
Really?
to be honest with you, the Harveys that share locations with Swiss Chalets,
Better fries?
better fries because you get the Swiss Chalet fries.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this
Higher
loophole.
stakes.
Yeah.
Okay, because Swiss Chalet fries are
Where
very
can I
good.
see this footage? I totally missed this.
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
thank
saw
you.
it. I saw it in multiple
She was loving
locations.
it.
Cam, you're not paying
Different format.
attention, okay?
It was on Twitter.
Yeah. I saw a photo of Aunt Sandy at the craps table in Vegas at
Yes.
2:30 a.m.
That's a
That
true
was a
story.
good shot.
I could just
Like
tell.
a fucking
can I tell
pit boss,
the quick,
pint-sized pit boss.
quick version of that story? So this was on her 88th birthday. We went to Vegas for Aunt Sandy's birthday, Auntie Sandy's birthday, and she had her sort of caregiver that came with us, and we went.
Just keep going.
Okay, we went to Vegas. We put her to bed after dinner. It was maybe 9 o'clock. She went to bed. We all went out. We went to some club. We wandered around. At 2 a.m, we're getting out of the club. Everybody's wasted. I'm walking to my room. I look over to the craps table. There's a little crowd around there, and I'm squinting, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And my aunt Not only did she sneak out of the room, she waited for the caregiver to fall asleep, got dressed again, snuck out of the room and went to play craps. And I said, Auntie, it's 2:30 in the morning. What are you doing? You got to go to sleep. She said, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
There you go.
And she played craps all night long.
Legend.
And she's defeated COVID multiple times.
3 times.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
What a life.
And she's a huge fan of this song as well.
Is that true?
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this jam? Like straight up honest.
I think it's good.
I love it. It's great. Classic.
They have a
Classic
couple of
CanCon.
songs, like 2 or 3 songs that are good.
This was a big CFDR jam, and like right out of the gate, it's like, holy, who are these guys?
And it wasn't. I learned because the reason I'm playing this is to just chat briefly about my visit to the Woodshed
right.
to talk to Jim Cuddy,
Blue Rodeo.
Blue Rodeo, right? This was not the first single from Outskirts. I always thought it was the first single because it's the first one I heard.
Well, this was on like television commercials, like the "Oh baby
Yeah.
you." That was like one.
Yeah.
Like it was on a commercial for like CFNY or not CFNY, CHFI maybe.
CHFI?
Yeah, like it, yeah.
Chum FM or something.
Totally.
Big jam.
What
Big
was the
fucking
first
jam.
single? Rose.
It was the whole.
Glasses?
No. It was the
The song Outskirts.
the song Outskirts
Okay.
from the album.
That's a great.
Outskirts, right.
They're all great. Those singles.
Yeah, except Outskirts didn't make any noise. Like
Yeah.
nobody played it, nobody had any interest,
I
and
also-
then this one hit.
I think like during the grunge era of 102.1, they had a Blue Rodeo song snuck in there, which was
Get this fucking guy out of here!
which was
no,
you know what's the song? I almost had you there or something.
hasn't hit me yet.
never happened.
Yeah,
Well-
that was on CFNY.
well, they-
In the grunge era of CFNY, they were
Yeah.
not
They
playing
did.
any Blue Rodeo.
no, they played that
I'm-
song.
I don't think so.
Hold that for the Gowan
I
talk.
don't
We're getting
think
into
so.
that next.
They did
yeah.
play Edgefest a few times.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
that's not Edgefest. That was
Yeah.
just CFNY.
Is this
Canada Day
alternative
Festival.
rock?
Yeah.
Remember, Edgefest start like in the 90s. Like it's just like it was a different thing back, and we're gonna get to Gowan in a minute here.
Which you totally blew.
We're gonna go. Hold your
blew
fire.
that.
Hold your fire.
Wait.
Yeah.
Trivia.
fire.
Do you know, Mike, who starred in this video? Another CanCon superstar, a female.
Oh,
As the- as in-
shit.
Alana Miles.
no, I'll go quick because I know this.
Do you want to give me a clue?
No, it's Michelle McAdory.
Well, was
from-
dating Greg Keeler
That's right.
because they're in Crash Vegas together.
That's right. Yeah, and daughter of
Bob McAdory.
Bob McAdory.
Okay, so I gotta
course.
confess. That's why
kind of-
two things.
This song pairs well with Angel Eyes.
Oh, Jeff Healey,
Yeah.
another great
Yes,
CanCon
yeah.
jam. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Kind
You're
of
right.
the same song. Wow.
You're right. So two things. One is I
Like that.
dropped a fun fact on Jim Cuddy that was not like a fact at all.
Okay.
And I feel I've been like unable to sleep since it happened, and I just
you
want to
look
correct on the
tired.
record. I'm having an awful time with it because my integrity is everything, and I get excited and I tell him. He asked me why do I say pasta not pasta, and I tell him a story about a Dennis Weaver ad for Mother's Pizza, and he's kind of engaged and interested. And then I said, fun fact. Dennis Weaver is Sigourney Weaver's dad. And he's like, I didn't know that. I think he went on to tell his friends and family
Presents
about it.
1236 had you kicked off the show.
No. And then I left, right, and center, I'm getting notes about like, no, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. It's even Steve
Earl
Paikin.
Weaver's
No.
daughter.
Somebody, I think Hebsy made that joke. But I got a note from Steve Paikin. Everyone is correcting me. This guy
Wow.
named Pat Weaver, who helped create the Tonight Show and the Today Show, is the actual father of Sigourney Weaver.
I thought your fun fact was going to be Ernie Witt was an
No, that's-
investor.
Everyone knows that. Like that's why
Okay.
I love.
Do
I love
they?
Mother's. I think I mentioned
they,
it.
Mike?
Yeah,
I
everyone
didn't
knows
know
that.
that.
You know who
don't
knew
know.
that? Paul Burford, who's coming back. I got to go camping,
Oh, wow.
and then he's
You know,
coming back.
It's interesting. His son,
Broccoli.
Broccoli, has been messaging me to promote that his dad is coming
Okay,
on the
because
show.
he's coming on with a guy named Roger Christian.
Oh,
who ready
Roger.
for this? Roger Christian directed Battlefield Earth.
Holy SH.
Whoa.
Okay, I'll get a moment so that everybody just processes.
Is that with
this.
John Travolta?
That is with John Travolta.
Okay,
it
like
is a
the-
Scientology movie, and it might be the worst movie ever made.
The big line is "stupid human." It's
I never saw it.
a
but-
good line.
But he's most famous, not for that, but for inventing the lightsaber and designing
What?
R2D2.
Okay.
And he was the guy for Star Wars.
he wrote The
He,
Wire.
didn't- he created The Wire.
Invented-
Shout out to Molly Johnson. Anyway, I'm all over the place here, but I wanted to correct that fact I dropped that's not true at all. So nobody tell that fact at any dinner parties. It's not true. Sigourney Weaver and Dennis Weaver are not father-daughter. But then the other thing is, and I said this on the Steve Fall episode, but I think there's
Jared
more.
Weaver. Jared.
Oh right, Jeff and Jared.
Who are they?
The baseball players.
Okay. I thought it was the Subway guy.
Toe-haired bros.
The one quickly is that Jim Cuddy says hi. We sit down. I set him up. I do a level
No
check.
relation
and we
to
record.
Kid Cudi.
Different spelling. And then Jim is like answering with one word answers.
Yes,
and,
guy.
And just like there's not a lot of like one word. He's not cranky, but he's not into it. And I'm like, oh shit! Like I biked all the way to the fucking woodshed.
So
with
you
my
went to
gear,
him.
and I went to him, and it's all set up for like an hour thing, more whatever. Anyway, I'm carrying the load. Like I'm telling him about like how this episode came to be. I'm telling him Boguski played Diamond Mine in my backyard. He's not really into
Grogotsky?
it. No, that's another guy. Shout out, Mike Rogoski's going to be at TML XX. We're going to get to that in a
Oh, you
minute.
play Diamond Mine.
Long story, no, because that's a Greg jam. I was careful
Okay.
to only play Jim jams because I knew there's that competitive. So I only
Right.
played Jim jams. I was very sensitive to that. But when I played a song from the Hi-Fis, he lit up just like a guy like with dementia who hears a song he loved as a teenager, and then his eyes come alive and he's back.
Fabulous analogy.
So anyway, Jim was all mine.
And
after
that was like their band before Blue. Like they were more new
Yeah.
wave band.
that was they went to New York. So they
Yeah.
were Hi-Fis. They went to New York, and then they came back.
Is it
as,
worth listening to? I haven't
it's
got
very
around.
good.
Okay,
You'll like it.
this episode I listened to. This was a get.
So let's give it a moment here.
From Nope.
Where do we start with this? Cam, let's start with you. Did you listen?
I did listen. Yeah,
How was it?
he just seems like such a nice guy, Lawrence Gowan.
Larry, as Mike called him.
But you can call him Larry.
Mike
Yeah.
did.
Great stories. Seemed really pleased to talk about this stuff. Didn't give you kind of grief for talk about Strange Animal in Moonlight Desires too much.
He didn't say get off black cars already.
Yeah, I like his background too. Like he kind of dressed up a bit for
yeah,
it.
he had the jacket.
Yeah, no, that was a great episode. Good guy too.
Now, Stu, let's turn to you. You have a bone to pick with me about
Well,
my
first
framing
off-
of a question,
This song was in Nope, which you brought up. But
which I haven't seen yet. Is it good?
it's all right. What was the Moonlight Desires was in a Canadian film called Wolf Cop that you didn't bring up.
Oh, I did. I
Wolf
talked
Cop.
about Schools Out. It's in
Yeah,
Schools
it's
Out.
also-
Were you involved with Wolf Cop?
I wasn't involved with Jonathan Cherry, a former high school
Okay,
colleague.
But I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you had
yeah.
ample opportunity to submit questions.
But not only was it in Wolf Cop, they also did the score of the movie was Moonlight Desire, like a piano kind of string.
interpreted.
Anyway,
Okay.
But when Mike was asking him about the CFNY thing, I don't know if he has the clip here, but it was like such a leading the witness. He was like, "Now, listen, Larry, if I can call you Larry. Now, this guy Stu that we do this show with.
Are you in a wise spot or a Toronto mic?
This guy, this guy Stu says that your song was played on CFNY, but it wasn't, right? Because your songs were never played on CFNY
I never
past
said. I said.
1990.
Yeah, after 1990.
And then
Yeah.
he never mentioned the song in question,
I forgot
Yeah.
the song in question. But Cam,
but it was
he
played
Played
on.
he played along, but
Yeah.
he also had no clue what you were talking about.
Yeah, you
Gowan won a Casby.
You led him in the direction
Yeah.
of it would never played.
yeah, but you just said a minute ago, and Cam, have my back here, please. That you just said a minute ago, Stu, that Blue Rodeo
They
was
did.
played during the grunge era
They
of
did.
CNY.
They did.
No,
That's how
fucking
how would
way.
I have heard
Hell-
that song?
Brother
Hell
Bill,
How
I do.
would I have heard that
Much
song?
music?
I didn't watch that crap. I'm just kidding.
The groceries,
The
like,
HFI?
everywhere,
Dentist office.
all the places.
Come on.
Listen, I'm willing to admit that I could be wrong
Okay.
about Blue Rodeo, but I am not
Mark
wrong about
Weisblot,
Gowan.
we need a ruling here.
I'm
Yeah.
not wrong about
Are you out
Gowan.
there?
So what was the song again? It hasn't hit me yet.
And it's all right.
That's a Traveling
No,
Wilburys.
that's Even
it's
when
not.
you're old and gray.
No.
And they didn't. CFNY didn't play that either.
Landing up time, my friend.
Oh, that's a Gowan song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Gowan. Why would that CFNY in the grunge era play that jam? Give me one
The
reason.
same reason when
It had nothing to do with their.
it's
Calm
because,
down,
because,
Tracy Chapman.
because there was an era in Canadian music where artists like Alanis Morissette. She went from Alanis to Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, and Morissette got played on CFNY.
And Gowan went from Gowan to Lawrence
Oh,
Gowan.
well, case closed.
The other way.
Reinvented
He
himself.
went the other way.
No, she
Yeah.
was just Alanis.
He went to Candlelight and.
Oh, the Rainbow Butt Monkeys became
No.
Finger 11.
That's like if my name was Stone and all of a sudden I came out as Stuart Stone. He reinvented himself as Lawrence Gowan.
Mute his
Gordon.
microphone.
Yeah.
Did he not reinvent himself as Lawrence Gowan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did we not see him at Mel
Yeah, but
Aspin
what does
Square
that have to
for
do
one
with
week?
We did. We
anything?
called him G-Man.
Yes.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, that's how he ended up on CM1 because it was like, oh, this isn't Gowan. This is
Get the
Lawrence
fuck
Gowan.
outta
Like
here.
yada yada
This
yada.
is Lawrence Gowan.
nuts, man.
Listen, Brother Bill, call me.
Okay, so what you're saying,
Or-
someone changes their name, gets more serious,
And by the way,
automatically unstiff and white.
It's the opposite.
YYZ Gord says Stewart is correct. It was a leading question.
No, it was a leading question,
let
but
him
the
to-
answer still remains the
You
same.
let
It was
him to answer
inconclusive.
it like that.
I will say, like,
Not definitive based on that.
I know Robert Candy and you, sir. You didn't get a straight answer from
It
him.
was John F. Kennedy.
Whatever. What is this?
Just
There's
what
no
were you saying
limits.
there? Keep saying, yeah. You know the
Two unlimited.
show. Right. I
Jock-
want to just
Jock
let
Jams.
people know. It took me years to get the answer, but I now
Ladies and
know.
gentlemen, coming to the stage.
I now know how 2 Unlimited became the go-to music for arenas in this country.
Oh, right.
I got the true story from. Do you guys know the name Jimmy Holmstrom?
Of course. On the
Jimmy
organs.
Holmstrom gave the reason. It's quite the story. A quality music rep and a tape he passed over to Jimmy. There's a story here. It unraveled on Toronto
He can
Mike
shoot,
the other day.
He can score.
And
Number
quality
4,
was the
Bobby
Chris
Orr.
Shepard. They did all the Chris Shepard stuff too, I think.
Is that right?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Do you know where he's at?
I don't know, doing a 4th PhD.
Do you guys have any thoughts? We're about to get to jams, by the way. We're kicking out jams by cartoons and or puppets.
Puppets. Where do you come up with this idea, Mike?
You never know. And I've already got the next 2 months all figured out, so it's going to be a good time.
Awesome.
But any thoughts from either of you on the dismissal of Lisa LaFlamme? I know it's more of a wise blood thing, but if you have a sentence you want to say on it.
I'd say from my PR perspective, not well handled at all.
The Omar announcement should have waited a little bit.
Totally.
I agree 100%.
I am curious, and Mike, I want to get your thoughts on your new feud with Jesse Brown, because I heard on the
No
subway.
feud.
I was very excited to tell you, and you already knew about it. You'd already tweeted
Somebody
about
put it in DM'd me. Steve
I-
Leggett, FOTM Steve Leggett, let me know. And like I just woke up and I saw that I'm on Canada land. So he said 22-minute mark. 22
Yeah,
or 32?
it was like 35
It was
or
35
something.
So
Yeah.
Steve, you were off by 3 minutes. Shame on you. Get the time right.
Yeah.
But I heard it. And I was kind of excited because it's my voice and I'm talking to Jackie Delaney and it's on this Canada land, but zero attributions in the podcast. Now, if you go to the description, which by the way, I listen to a lot of podcasts every single day. I've
Yeah.
never once actually read the description for a podcast. I only listen. I never read the description.
Okay.
But in the description now, it has a link to the Jackie Delaney.
I will say about this, it was badly handled. I was a little surprised how much coverage it got, not so much from like the Star, Canadian Press, but like it was on Daily Hive, it was on Nar City, it was on like Six Buzz, it was on all like...
Well, she's very famous.
Yeah, well,
And it's a national show.
Yeah, like it's
Not
really...
like Derringer, which is a Toronto story.
It's really struck a chord, this story, and I'm sure you saw the news today. You know, that guy with who signed off on her getting gray hair.
Right.
David Cochran said probably the same person who signed off on me being bald, which was a good line.
Let's hear from Stu Stone on
Yeah,
this
but
important
it's just shitty.
topic.
She seems like a very nice person. Her video that she put out made me definitely sympathize with her situation. But just to play devil's advocate here, I mean, in this day and age, like, how can you let somebody go? It's like you got to keep someone forever. It's like, what if they want to change
Oh wow.
talent? You know, it's like
Yeah.
isn't it up to the station whether maybe the ratings
Well,
are down?
he's
Maybe
right.
there's something
Of course,
to it.
but-
It's just like just because we like her and she's nice,
I think
my pet monster should still be on the air. It's not.
Well, I will say, like,
what are you gonna do?
Jesse Brown and
I agree
Terry
with you about
Hart,
my
like
Pet
they
Monster.
both acknowledge like they don't know if she was given an opportunity to say goodbye. Like I think everyone's assuming.
well, she might
that-
have been.
Yeah, but she just said like fuck
Like Gord
that,
Martineau
fuck
was
you.
given that opportunity. Gord Martineau, by the way, star of Faking a Murderer.
Yes.
That's right.
Anyway, it's never.
And he
easy.
said, "Fuck you! Here comes Modern Family. I'm out."
He had a very sharp take on this. I read it on LinkedIn of all places.
really?
Yeah,
Nobody wants-
about
Shout out
this.
to Elvis.
Nobody wants to go when they've been in a job for that many years, and of course, listen. There probably is a double standard for sure, an ageism or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure that is not cool. But just playing devil's advocate, not that this is my opinion, but if I'm in the station and maybe the ratings are maybe there's contributing factors, I have to hold on forever. It's like
No, but it was an award-winning #1 television show in the country.
when.
Now,
Like this year?
Yeah.
She just won
Both of those are-
Anchor of the
yeah,
Year, and then
like-
she got
like-
canned.
yeah, like-
it
June,
was
I think.
So why did-
it's like top rated
Okay,
and
she
not,
won
not
Anchor of the
even
Year.
close.
Then I don't understand. Then there's
Right.
got to be some reason that they let her go.
So she's critically acclaimed because
was
that's
she
the
due
award.
for a promotion?
It is the highest
Or a
rated
pay-
show in the
pay
country.
raise?
No, she had 2 years left on her contract. So it smells. Is it something rotten in the
There's
state
something
of
more to
Denmark?
the story that we don't know about.
Maybe this person in charge, this Michael Milner or whatever his name is, maybe he
Yeah.
just didn't like this woman.
Yeah, you never know.
knows?
And maybe when this Wendy Freeman was let go in December, it became an opportunity
Well, did
him to cast
Did
her
you
away.
read the Toronto Star had a recap of their all hands meeting today?
Yeah, I know. I read the Twitter.
Yeah, which almost seems like something that's happened
well,
to
somebody
Twitter
raised
Inc.
a,
many
right.
times.
There was a half an hour.
Yeah.
Somebody said morale's at an all-time low. If we're supposed to care so much about mental health, how come we don't care about our employees' mental health?
Yeah.
And then he didn't say anything, and somebody, I don't know, somebody just said
The
it.
Bell Let's Talk thing is tricky. I mean, it's almost like they've worked themselves into a shoot, to use wrestling parlance. Because how do you get, everything's going to be about mental health now? Because that's their thing.
How long was she the anchor for?
Since 2017.
I thought
When
it was
did
like
Lloyd
since like
Robertson
13.
go? 11?
I thought it was like 10 years
Maybe
ago.
I'm way
or
off.
so.
Yeah,
10
11
years
maybe.
at least.
Okay.
11 years.
Yeah,
Now
11
let me
years.
ask you, in the entertainment industry, which moves very fast and moves on from people very fast, for her to have a decade of the same job, that's a blessing.
I hear you, buddy. Except that, again, she just won that Anchor of the Year, and she
shouldn't have
is
been
the
let
highest
go.
rated show in the
She
country.
shouldn't have been let
I don't
go.
even watch this fucking show, but I know it's huge.
But we are living in a world now where you can't even fire somebody.
What's Cam eating over here?
You know,
He's got a mouthful of Doritos or
sun-
something.
sun
Sun
chips.
I like Sun chips.
as somebody
What's
who's been fired before.
Well, anyone worth their salt has been fired because it
Yeah.
means you stood up to management and had an opinion on something.
She seems very nice. Admittedly, I'm more of a MF when it comes to my
MF is
newscasters.
the best. But
Yeah.
I don't know how nice she is because I had an email interaction with her earlier this
Uh-oh.
year. No, nothing bad. But I had exchanges with her via email
She
about
was like, "Fuck you."
coming on Toronto Mike and Humble and Fred. And then she decided she would come on Humble and Fred, and she said no to Toronto Mike.
Yeah, well,
So
there you
how
go.
nice can she be?
Does she have a relationship with those guys? I was kind of surprised to see she would do that.
I think she listened to them.
Well, she knows that
I think she listened to them in the 90s.
She also knows that Mike's a trash human, so she probably stayed away
too
for that
soon?
reason.
No.
No, never too soon.
By the way, Mike, I like your angle where you're like, I don't care. I don't want to get mixed up with this. But you did tweet at Jesse Brown.
Oh, so I forgot we didn't complete that.
Yeah.
So I don't have a beef with Jesse Brown,
Yeah.
but I did tweet about it after I heard it because it was nice to be on Canada Land, but I think he could have said that's from Toronto Mike
Yeah.
episode whatever.
It was a bit-
I would if I have an excerpt from Canada Land, 100% of the time I'm going to say that's Canada Land.
That's totally fair.
From this day
it
or
was a
whatever.
bit jarring having listened to so many hours
Like
of
why
your show.
wouldn't
and
he?
hearing-
Why wouldn't he mention Toronto Mike when he's playing a clip? Which, by the way, that was a month before the Jennifer Valentine video. One whole month before that Jennifer Valentine video was that clip he
Yeah.
played.
Seems to be the summer of grievances for people who were let go from long-time employment, men and women, especially in the Canadian media landscape. And maybe it's a cost-cutting measure. Do they still have to pay her out to 2 years?
2 more years.
They have to pay that out. Is that how
well,
it
look,
works?
she got the news June 29 that her services were no longer required. She only announced it a couple of days ago. That's a long time to be negotiating that exit severance or whatever we call that.
Is
package.
Terry Hart's an FOTM?
Yeah.
Is she? Yeah. She seems cool.
Terry is the reason I produce the Feminine Warriors as I see them because there are pictures right there.
Hopefully
Yeah.
she'll decide to come on the show and tell us, spill the tea for us.
Yeah.
But shout out
Terry?
to... No, I'm going back to...
Lisa.
To Lisa.
Okay, yeah, Lisa's always welcome on Toronto Mike. I'd love to talk to her.
Yeah.
But I found out her husband's with, what's the name of that PR firm?
With the Navigator,
Navigator.
Michael Cook, the
So
former.
I suspect
Toronto
they have
Star.
a plan that does not include my basement.
What's Arsenault? What's the girl's name?
Adrian Arsenault.
I'm more of an
She's very
Adrian
good.
Arsenault.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But there is a new streaming service coming from CBC, and it would be interesting if they hired Lisa LaFlamme to be the face of the new CBC.
interesting.
Hopefully it
streaming
goes
service.
better than when Chris Wallace, not to be confused with the Chris Wallace on my
there's
T-shirt.
another one?
The news guy went from Fox News to CNN,
Yeah.
and then they shut it down.
Or like a
because it was-
Quibi type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Quibi here. Okay, so we're going to kick out our favorite songs from cartoon characters and puppets.
Oh.
But first, I want to make a big announcement with you two because you're key to this.
Can I
about
make an announcement
TMLXX.
first before that?
First, Stu Stone has a big fucking announcement to make. Go ahead, Stu.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Wait.
Oh, whoa.
August 19th. That's a Friday. I'm ready.
Tomorrow.
August 19th.
Cambrio
Embryo.
is already
Yeah.
very excited.
Okay.
But for those of you who remember last summer, there was like a little Stu-cumentary that was on my
I watched
early music career.
Right.
So chapter 2 that Cable Guy Jeff has put out, which chronicles my Jamie Kennedy time spent, is coming tomorrow. I haven't seen the final cut.
wow.
I don't know how good or bad it's going to be. Could be embarrassed by what footage is in there. I don't even know. But I will be very curious to watch it with everybody.
Is Whitener in this one?
No.
Oh.
But that's what I wanted to say. You can watch it on I'll post the link. But
Okay, so
Excellent.
people should be following Stu on social media to get
Yeah.
all these great links. I just popped into the live chat here, so some people said there was some issues with the stream, but Ian's service is not on the stream to be blamed for this.
If you're watching us live right now, press 1.
Is Trudy there?
Press 1 in the chat room so we know that you can hear us. In
Where's Cam going? He's leaving. Okay, good. I'm going to set this up. TMLXX is happening. He doesn't want to see in the bathroom. He's a classy guy.
Okay,
everybody
Leslie's,
poos,
here.
everybody pees.
Leslie's
Okay.
here.
Leslie is a great cyclist from the east end of the
Moose is
city.
here. VP
Moose,
of sales is
Moose. VP of sales. I had coffee with him
Yeah.
this morning.
Where's the stuffed animal?
Andy-
I
Andy's
play with
here.
Yeah,
her.
where is
for
I got-
now.
Jarvis, if you're listening, can you get the stuffy? Can you please get the
stuffy.
toast stuffy and bring it downstairs? Jarvis, if you're listening, this is very, very important. Daddy needs
Need
the
a cuddle.
stuffy.
YYZ Gord is here.
Oh,
Tobias Vaughn is here. Lindsay Tritt is even here.
Who?
Friend of mine.
Okay, that great
That's fun.
Tobias Vaughn, I actually delivered 8 tracks to him yesterday. Like
Is that what you were?
I found them in a
Okay.
garbage, and in April.
Okay.
And yesterday I biked them to Tobias
What
Vaughn's
albums?
Lisa
home.
was still hired back then.
Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison was
Whoa.
there, and there was some. I'm trying to remember who else was on there. But
REO Speedwagon? Or?
No, I can't stop this feeling anymore. But okay,
Okay.
so TMLXX. This is the last episode of Toast before TMLXX. September 1st. Everyone listening, if you listen to Toast, and you're in the GTA, you have to come to TMLXX, the 10th Toronto Mike listener experience, 6 to 9 p.m. on September 1st. That's a Thursday at Great Lakes Brewery in Southern Etobicoke. That's 30 Queen Elizabeth Boulevard, down the street from the Costco.
What's with you and your 6 p.m. starting time?
They gotta
difficult
they
to
gotta
get
wrap
there.
by okay.
Yeah.
Then come at 7. Here's what I need.
I don't
want to
piss off your mom, so I'll be there at 6.
You know
Yeah.
what? She deserves that.
I should get my mom
She
to come.
deserves-
Like all
but you
the
know,
moms.
in her defense, she thought she was talking to Cam's mom.
Well, Trudy,
I got the whole story.
Trudy is going to probably be there. She's going to be doing meet and greets.
Trudy better be there.
She will.
Sorry,
signing
Trudy
autograph.
thought that was my mom?
No, my mother.
Yeah, I thought
Mother
Trudy was
Mary
my mom.
Thought Trudy was your mom. And my mom made a comment because remember we did a shtick where we said Stu was late because he's always late, but it was
Yeah.
fake. We faked it. Like where's Stu? I can't believe he's not here for
Yeah,
this
right,
big
yeah,
event,
yeah.
the final Pandemic Friday. And my mom she bit on this. She she doesn't know about works and shoots.
Screw him.
She's like,
He better fucking show up.
oh, how can he be late or
Such a
something?
mark.
Disrespectful.
Such a mark.
And then Trudy, who's your mother, but my mom thought was Cam's mother, said something like, oh, he's always late or something
Yeah.
like that. And my mom, I don't think she was too harsh, but she might have said something like
Disrespectful. That's what she called
something
me.
she said
That's disrespectful.
that she would not have said if she knew she was talking to Stu's mom.
Okay.
So she thought her and Cam's mom were commiserating over how
Does your mom
selfish Stu.
Does your mom listen to your podcast?
Once in a while, like Jim Cuddy, she'd listen to.
You
but
know, I was at my parents' house yesterday. You know, my mom's not the most tech savvy. She said, like me and my sister was there. We were talking about like VPNs, and my mom said, you know, I get VPNs on my text. And my Lindsay, my sister's like, what are you talking about?
like spam.
Well, I think she's referring to like spam phone calls where like there's a VPN, but like she's like holding her
I thought you
phone.
were going to say
She's
your
like,
mom. Your mom's an FOTM. Now.
I got 2 VPNs today.
I'm excited though for TMLXX. Is there going to
that's
be?
where I'm going.
Is there going to be an after party?
Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
the 1 year anniversary at the
So
end of.
okay, so there's a
Pandemic
lot of stuff
Fridays.
here. Basically, come out. There's gonna be great live music. Great. We're gonna be fed by Palma
Who's
Pasta. So
playing?
shout out to Palma Pasta. Blair Packham can't wait. It looks like Tom Wilson
He's all
from
lubed
Junkhouse.
up
It
and,
looks like
good to go.
Danny Graves from The Watchmen. Like there's gonna be it's gonna be huge. But There's also going to be something very special for any FOTM who wants to participate. It's a mind blow challenge.
Jeff
Like,
Woods.
you go on the mic. We'll have a mic. You go on the mic and you deliver a mind blow.
Oh.
And there will be 3 judges to determine at the end of this contest, which will be around 7 o'clock, this contest, who had the best mind blow that we didn't know. And there'll be a prize for this person. I have Canna Cabana and Sticker You, and they're all going to come up with a good
Get
prize. or
one
whatever.
joint for.
Well, that's for the after party because I
Okay.
told Great
Oh.
Lakes we won't smoke weed because they
Well,
take
Canada
their...
Kev's not coming.
Well, after so 6 to 9 on the property of Great Lakes, they don't want to get in trouble. And I don't want to get them in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
No smoking allowed. Okay.
Oh.
You can I'll let you slip an edible or 2. Okay. No smoking allowed. But in the after party in the park, go nuts. Fill
What's
your
the
boots.
park again?
I
Actually,
can't
we
remember.
should disclose.
Queensway and
Should
okay.
disclose,
Well, you
yeah.
know, come to TMLX and we'll tell
So
you how to
Cam
get
and I are
there.
going to be judging.
So you guys, I want to be a judge too. Can I be a judge?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the 3 of us will be the judges. So we're the celebrity judges for the mind blow competition. So bring your best mind blow that is not a mind blow that you've heard on Toronto Mic'd. So don't come with this awesome mind blow that Sigourney Weaver is the daughter of Dennis fucking Weaver. Come with a mind blow, which is not true, by
Has
the
to
way.
be factual.
It's got to be true, and it's got to be a good mind blow. You know what we like. You know us. You're an FOTM. And it's got to be one that we haven't repeated 100 times on this
Yeah.
program. And then we'll have a winner, the grand prize of the first, the inaugural mind blow competition.
The mind
Love
blow
it.
Is
off.
everybody excited? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell Trudy, come with a mind blow.
Sure.
I'm excited.
Can I tell you a mind blow I learned on a different podcast?
Yeah.
In 1994, remember Sloan fake broke up after Twice Removed to
Yeah.
get other.
Their last show was going to be that Edge Fest.
Yeah, Patrick Pentland said he was asked to join the Doughboys after that.
Okay.
Like that, and he wanted to do it, but then Sloan got back together, and the rest is history, as they say.
Jay
but-
Ferguson said they were done. Like that was the last show, and then they did get back together.
Well,
but,
I think it was to get out of their contract, but imagine he went to the Doughboys and wasn't in Sloan. Like the course of CanCon history would be pretty different if that happened.
absolutely.
So that's a mind blow.
That's a good mind
if
blow.
You,
So-
if you care about this stuff,
No, that's a good mind blow, but that's a good example.
Anyway,
So-
this was on the Sloan cast. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
No, but I've heard of it, and
Yeah.
I like the spirit
Fun
of this
listen.
cast. Okay, so we got to get to these jams because I said 2 hours, right? Okay.
Right.
So here's how we'll introduce the topic. You ready?
Yeah. Is this Gem? Is it really? That's sick. This is like a cool version of it. Do you know when I grew up in a family of Gem girls? You know, my sister was actually in the Gem commercials, so we had like
Whoa.
Gem-
Wait. You're burying the lead.
My sister Carrie, my older sister,
Save
was
that for the mind blow.
she was in the Gem commercials.
Really?
The doll was like a Barbie doll, like you flip a switch on the back and her earrings blink.
Sure.
And that was one of those kind of gimmicks.
You would have won the contest with that.
But there's obviously
Is there
everyone
anything
knows
this guy can't do?
everyone knows Gem is truly outrageous, truly outrageous.
True.
But
Yeah,
do you remember when they changed the song for Gem and it was "Me and my friends are Gem"?
Oh
girls.
yeah. I remember that.
I just remember.
It's a bit more sort of less edgy.
This is
They
what I
actually
remember.
did a
Can I
Gem
take-
movie that tanked.
Here's what I
Remember? Like
here's
a
what I
live
remember.
action?
Here's what I remember.
No,
I don't remember that.
remember.
But here's what I remember. We are the Misfits. Our songs are better. We are the Misfits, and we're gonna get her.
Well,
Like
did you get confused later when you got older and learned about music and Danzig and the Misfits, and you're thinking I thought this was like a cartoon band.
Yeah.
so right. Yeah, it's all very confusing. But let's say I could have kicked that out.
Should we do some Gem trivia real quick? Let me
Yeah,
see.
but let me just say that's a song called it's called "Truly Outrageous"
Yeah.
by Gem and the
Truly Outrageous.
Holograms.
But you had to order a
so that's
Pizza
a
Hut
song.
ticket.
That's, they would qualify because they're kind of like puppets, right?
Do you know
Who,
how-
Gem?
No, these fuckers right here. Hold on.
Don't please
I'm gonna
don't.
play it while you.
Heroes
you
in our
gotta-
shell, coming out of our shell.
Just-
Oh, yeah.
But this would have
These are
qualified.
like costume characters.
My question is this. Maybe there's like a copyright here, but you know how like in cartoons, like and in shows, secret identities were like a big thing. Obviously dating back to like
Like Hannah Montana?
Well, no,
Or like
earlier.
Snarf.
I'm saying prior to like Superman, Clark Kent, and all that stuff. I'm talking about like My Secret,
Sure.
and I'm not talking about the show My Secret Identity, which is a
Jerry O'Connell.
Jeffcoat was played by the guy who was
Yeah.
dating Andrea from SCTV.
Zuckerman.
No.
But how Prince Adam was He-Man, right?
Right.
So
And he looked like He-Man.
So-
Like they didn't have any difference.
So Gem, when she wasn't Gem, she had a different name, didn't she?
Andrea Martin.
Yes.
Well,
I think it was Rhea or something. I don't
Andre
remember.
the giant machine.
And she had some like computer that like talked to her. She had a boyfriend with like blue hair.
Sorry, this is Gem we're
Yes.
talking about? Okay.
Truly outrageous.
Sorry, you just had this like cute.
It's always here for toes.
Enough.
Okay. Then how about this
I
one?
like this song, but I don't need to hear it.
Then Barbie came out with Barbie and the Rockers to try to compete with
Barbie
Gem.
and the Rockers, right?
Which that was a
Now
complete.
I know just how Tamara felt when I treated her the exact same way. I'm a bastard.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Simon. Come on, let me buy you a milkshake.
Oh, this. One of these guys went to Thornley. It's on Wikipedia.
So these are not our jams. I'm going to get into our jams right now, but this would be a great choice. You could kick out this Prozac jam.
Yeah. So no one picked Prozac.
Nobody picked. I was disappointed. Neither of you.
The
picked
original
Prozac.
NFTs.
Non-fungible something
Tokens.
tokens.
Sucks to be you. They had a lot of hits. Probably 6 singles.
I only remember 2. Bad Disease and this one.
Yeah.
What was name another one?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna
Get
kick
them
out the
mixed up with
jams here.
Aqua.
I want to thank Canna Cabana for their support. Again, I'm talking to Andy Palalis. He's going to be at TMLXX. He's going to be there. Stu, he wants another episode with you in the backyard. He fucking loves you.
Really?
Yeah, like seriously.
Sure.
So, Canada Kev, if you're listening, the bat phone's going to be ringing because you're the man. So, Canna Cabana, great supporters. Go to cannacabana.com. Great
Live-
Lakes is going to give everybody a free drink at TMLXX. Palma Pasta is feeding everybody.
You know, Wilner will be there if there's free pasta.
Is there a Jays game that night?
Free coffin rides from Ridley.
And shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. And there's a new sponsor, and I'll be giving more details about them in the weeks to come.
Or hearse rides.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway.
rewatching 6 Feet Under.
Paul Bear.
Free embalming service.
Oh, yeah.
So EPRA, the Electronic Products Recycling Association, is
That's
going
a
to
new-
help us recycle our electronics safely
That's
and
a new
properly.
sponsor, right?
Brand new sponsor.
Congrats.
People are really not happy with your stream right now. It's like
It's not me. I just did a speed test, and the internet's good. It's
not, though.
Okay, well, hold on. I'll do a quick speed test here.
what is that gonna even with the test? You have no way to like troubleshoot if you fail the test.
Yeah, see, like I'm flying here. Like I'm just saying, I have a
Maybe
flying.
reboot the
my
room?
internet.
Do you
My
wanna
internet, but my internet that's running it is fucking flying.
You want to reboot
Yeah.
the room? Maybe is that
Cam
something
can,
you can
Cam,
do?
you can see it.
Do you want to give it a VPN?
That's an upload speed. Tell everybody that upload speed.
Can you reboot
Yeah.
the room?
We got 390, we got 401, we got
Okay, I can reboot
406,
the
we got
room.
411, we got
That's
415.
upload speeds. I'm fucking flying
I'm
here.
telling
I'll tell you what I'll
because
do.
I care about the fans.
Okay, so we're gonna get to our jams. I'm gonna unplug the. I'm gonna do what Stu's asking. I'm gonna unplug the live stream and I'm
unplugged.
gonna come back. So, the live stream is gonna disappear for a moment and then we'll be back.
Thank you
here.
everybody
So-
for
Oh, they're gone.
yeah.
If you're listening to the podcast, we're talking about you right now.
Yeah.
So
Let's wait to start until.
What am I waiting for? You want me to count to 10? I'm gonna start it now. I know.
Hey, sucks to be you.
You know-
Circle, dot, dot.
Yeah.
Hey. Sucks
Okay,
to
so I
be
now
you.
see the live stream has ended, and then once this live stream's back, we're gonna fly
Do you
right.
know these guys, Prozac? Because they were like what philosopher kings, and one of them went to Thornley.
The Philosopher
really?
King
Yeah.
guy, Jarvis Church.
Who does it? Who
Yeah.
claimed
He's
he
an
didn't-
FOTM.
Yeah, he pulled one of those
Right.
Naomi Parnas. Don't know.
Okay,
Stu.
so I'm going to mute. I'm going to unmute the live stream. Okay, so you should hear ourselves back. Okay.
Sucks
Okay,
to
so I
be
now
you.
see the live.
Whoa.
Yeah,
hold
see?
on here.
Whoa.
Stand by. Stream has ended, and then once this live stream's back,
Yeah, it's still like
we're gonna
Do
fly
you
right.
know
problems.
these guys?
this is like
Okay, so
God,
wait.
this is
so
a
meta.
mindfuck.
This
now,
is so meta.
So now
They
Why
were
are we
like,
still
what,
here?
Philosopher kings, and one of them went to Thornley.
This is so meta.
the philosopher.
really?
Where's he in
Breaking
service?
guy,
Somebody get Ian
Jarvis
service on the
Church.
line,
Can you call him?
because we shouldn't
Doesn't-
hear ourselves
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
because I
He
ended
pulled
it.
one of those.
Right.
Because this is
Naomi
behind, right?
Parnas, I don't know,
Okay,
Stu.
so I'm going to unmute the live stream. Okay,
Boy,
so
this is
let's
weird.
just hear ourselves
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Can you
so I
mute
now
that,
see the
Mike?
live-
Whoa.
Yeah, I can always mute it. but
Whoa.
Stream has ended. All right. I apologize. Okay,
Can
so
you
we're
guys hear us? Press
we're gonna
1 if
record the
you're with us.
episode because what am I supposed to do?
Can
right?
they hear us?
Yeah.
Press
they can hear
1
us.
if you can
They
hear
say
us.
I just saw a note. They can hear us. They can
Okay.
hear us. So I apologize if it's a little weird. I have fast internet right now. I just tested it.
Seems to be working now, actually.
Okay,
better.
let's record then.
It's
We have an
improved.
episode here. We got 2 hour limit,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so the first jam
you're a
belongs
Rogers
to Cam.
customer? What is
No,
this?
I'm
We're
Bell
back.
5.
We're back and we're cooking with gas now.
Cam,
Yes.
set up your first jam, brother.
Well, I thought this would be a good place to start because this is a bullseye because this is both a cartoon and a puppet, if you could believe it.
I do believe it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Those girls, those Melmac girls,
Oh.
they're out of this world. Those Melmac girls,
You're right. All these songs are very
out
short.
of this world. Of all the girls round the galaxy, there's only one kind of girl.
This is one of the greatest songs in the history of.
the Andromeda Sea.
This is better than Prozac? Are you fucking kidding me?
They got looks. I just
This
can't
is better
live
than Gem and the
without.
Holograms?
Oh boy, are we picking the best songs by cartoons?
Your favorite.
This is
Well,
his
I
favorite.
do like.
It's always
I
your
did like
favorite.
it at the time.
All right, talk to us. Of course, this is alien life form. Alf.
Yeah, also known as Gordon Shumway, nay Gordon Shumway, with the song Melmac Girls. Did you guys have the Melmac Girls flexi disc?
No. Did you,
Do
Stu?
you know this? This seems like something you would have. Did you ever sell this at like a card show? No. Flea market? Do you? Anyone?
watched all- let me
Anybody
tell
in
you.
the chat room?
I watched Alf.
By the way, you're welcome. Your stream is fixed. Thanks
okay,
to me.
Yeah,
Thanks to
Moose
me.
Thank
Grumpy
you.
says seems better. Seems better pick.
I
Good
just want
pick.
Moose Grumpy to be happy.
Okay. You'd get this at Burger King. It was like a Happy Meal.
I was
type
busy
gimmick.
at Pizza Hut getting my out of their shells.
Anyway, this was a flexi disc 6-inch where you put like the pennies on it. It was kind of wobbly. It was cardboard. Did you ever have any of
But
those?
how did you play it on a record
like
player?
a typical record player?
Wow.
But they would have
Not
these
a Fisher Price
Yeah,
one.
but they have these like pop out in magazines or in the back of cereal boxes.
Wow, that's why it sounds like shit.
Yeah. Good. And it even better on the back of the flexi disc
Dick.
was
The flexi dick.
was a $3 off voucher for an Alf stuffed animal.
They were popular.
So there's that.
They were popular. Not as popular as the toast stuffies that Moose Grumpy bought us, but pretty popular.
Yeah.
And I guess Jarvis went to bed because he never brought down that stuffy. I can
Yeah.
run up during the jam.
I was gonna say, here's a trivia question for you. Do you remember like the plot of Alf? Why he even came
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Because Melmac exploded.
Oh,
Do you remember why Melmac exploded?
ran out of cats. I don't know. I don't know.
Good guess. Good guess.
Something to do with cats.
No, they
Why?
they allegedly all plugged their hair dryers in at the same.
Oh my
point.
god. Okay. There's an Alf here.
Mind blow.
Okay, there is a plot line in an episode of Alf
Yeah.
where I feel like Alf lost his memory because his hair dryer fell in the bathtub and electrocuted him.
Okay, so a lot
And
of hair dryer thing.
they actually like got complaints that like this can kill you, plugging things in and it drops in. Like,
Elf tales.
there's an opening of a 6 Feet Under where the lady's radio falls in and she
Yeah.
dies. That's very dangerous.
Was it in like the movie Groundhog Day? Like he tried to like kill himself by like
Maybe,
dropping radio?
but they re-edited it so that he lost his memory some other way, like he hit his head in the shower or something.
Anyway,
like that.
just to tie a bow on this, so this was from Alf the animated series, not Alf the cartoon.
Really?
What was the
Okay.
animated series called?
I think it was called Alf the animated
It was
series
called Alf Tales?
or Alf Tales.
Okay, Stu,
Okay,
did
Alf
you ever do a
Tales.
voice for that?
Well, let's find out, shall
Are
we?
you in the? I bet you Stu did a voice.
Did
for
you
Alf
cross
Tales.
paths with Max Wright, who had a very
Oh.
sad?
He kind of talked like this.
Yeah.
Come here, Alf. What are you doing now? Oh my God, Stu Stone, you were? Is he in fucking? Are you
Wow.
fucking kidding me?
He was at Alf fucking Tales,
Oh
Stu
my
Stone.
God. And you didn't know that, right, Cam?
It's right on IMDb.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling like weak.
Who did you
remember.
play? Who did you play?
Various voices, it says.
Okay.
I don't remember, but
Unbelievable.
my
no,
God.
it sounded familiar to me.
Are you fucking
Because
kidding
like
me?
the song was like
Another mind blow to win the
Encore.
contest.
Yeah. Did you sing on?
Is that?
Are you on
Are you
the track?
rapping in the? Are you rapping on this
I don't
B
think
side?
so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
Ladies
so.
and gentlemen.
Okay, that's a mind blow.
That's a mind blow.
There were some
Alf
kids
Tales.
at school that had like Alf dolls,
Yeah, they were popular.
like that, full stuffies of
Yeah,
Alf.
they were very popular.
You could like pull the string and it's like Willie,
Yeah.
Mrs. Achmonic.
Mrs. Achmonic was Jerry
Right.
Seinfeld's mother.
Yeah,
That's right.
On Seinfeld, and dated back in real life that actress Sheridan, something Sheridan.
Liz Sheridan.
Dated Liz Sheridan. Thank you. Dated. Who do
Danny-
you think?
Danny
Are you ready
Thomas.
for this? Are you fucking sitting down?
Willie.
James fucking Dean.
Whoa.
Before you get up for that final snack,
serious?
I want you
Wow.
to know I'll
Why
be
is
right
it-
back.
I should have. Okay.
Wow.
I have to kick out my jam. Any more fun facts?
You know who
about
could
Alf?
probably do
No.
a good Alf impression? Mark Weisblatt. I bet you could.
Mark, if you're there in the live chat, let us know if you could do a good Alf impression.
Willie.
Mark's refusing to go
What's
to
the name of the cat?
TMLX,
Lucky.
Lucky. Come here, Lucky.
but he will appear at the after party, which is, I think,
Is
interesting.
he coming? 12:30?
He says he's coming to the
So
after
he
party.
could go for a little walk or what?
Yeah, he goes to events and then like leaves them.
That becomes funnier and funnier. Like every time I think.
And how could he have an opinion on my movie if he didn't even watch it?
Right.
Like that's unbelievable.
Look, I just
It
gave him.
really
I gave him.
is.
The best part is I
So
gave him the
funny.
ticket for entrance, and then he exited right away. Okay, shout out to.
Well, I
Gordon.
would say at the Dave Bookman plaque unveiling too, he was off to the side. He
But
was
who was he hanging with? Who was he chatting
me.
with?
Cam with that selection, making it easier for me to win this.
Anyway,
week.
Melmac Girls by Alf the Animated.
Okay. Good
Alf
choice.
Tales.
We're off to a
Thank
roaring
you.
start. Alf is both a cartoon and a
Willie.
puppet.
There you go.
Even though it's not really a puppet because there's a guy inside that thing.
It was both.
Did you ever see the racist Alf thing?
No.
Oh my god,
Is he racist?
It's terrible.
Like Roger Waters?
on YouTube, you can look this up. Racist Alf. There's like outtakes from like the sitcom where like the guy who's doing the voice is like,
He's not dropping N-words.
oh yes
in
he
it.
is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes he
God.
is.
Oh my goodness.
He's making very colorful
I'm
humor.
taking that
Wow.
stuffy away from my
Alf's,
children.
Alf's canceled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my first jam by a
YouTube, racist
cartoon
Alf.
character and or a puppet.
Okay. I think Cam still wins so far.
Thank you.
Go fuck yourself.
Whoa.
They have a lot of
working
hits.
blue.
Like there's people that love these guys.
They're good.
So when you see them live in concert, is it just like a screen
Yeah.
and they don't come out?
No, I think they're behind the screen playing. I think you just see cartoons on the screen. But I haven't seen them.
I think they like mix it up every tour. So they did one with like the guys from the Clash were
De La
there.
Soul.
Yeah, and De La Soul came out.
Blur.
So this
Sean
is
Ryder.
Feel Good Inc. I didn't know which to go with because you can
What's
go
their
with
other song?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah, I ain't happy. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
And that one I hear a lot because it's in Trolls. So it used to be one of my
could have been an
son's
animated
favorite.
song that you liked.
Yes, absolutely. But this is already an animated. It's like Inception.
The Gorillas with a Z. This is the guy from Blur, right?
Well, okay. Well, that's it. This will be a fun fact that everybody knows. But Damon Albarn
That's who's singing?
is the singer.
Yeah.
He is in a band. Well, save it for the mind blow because somebody might not know.
Nobody knows who this
The
guy
artist is a guy named Jamie Hewlett.
is. Right.
And you want to know the names of these guys? There's 2D, there's Murdoch,
That's their character name?
yeah,
okay.
Nick Howells, there's Noodle, he's on guitar and keyboards, there's
Right.
Russell Hobbs, who's on drums. And yeah, they're in a whole bunch of different, like, multimedia. They're like Howard Stern. It's like music videos, interviews, comic strips, cartoons.
CD-ROM.
They collaborate with a bunch of different artists, like you hear here. But Albarn is the only permanent musical contributor.
Who's this rapping? Is this... This
De La.
isn't De La Soul, is it?
I think it is.
I feel like this might be Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Well,
Or was that
actually,
the other song?
Actually, if you need to know. By the way, another good song by these guys I just want to shout out quickly is Dare. Dare is a really good
Like
jam.
that's the one with Sean Ryder, I think. Whose brother just passed away. You guys covered it with the
So De La
1236.
Soul is in this jam. That's absolutely correct.
Very good.
Good jam, right? I think it's a good song. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, well, it's no fucking Elf, but it's pretty good.
It's Melmac Girls.
Is this your mind blow?
What?
It's more of a bonus jam than a mind blow, because I don't think anyone listening to Toronto Mike is learning this for the first time. But, maybe Trudy doesn't know.
This is a better song than any of the Gorillaz songs.
This is a great jam.
If you want my opinion.
No, okay, yeah, Blur is, I think
Straight
Blur
like
is
a
better than
jungle.
Gorillaz.
Are they better than Oasis?
Blur and Oasis. Personally, I find myself turning to Oasis more often than Blur, but...
This is like a regular when I'm on my DJ sets and I shout out Martin Streak. I feel like he would have played this.
Yeah, totally.
Marty.
I am going, for sure. Big jam, big fucking jam. So there's some
This
Blur.
would go right into
Hawk.
Gowan and then Blue Rodeo.
Stuart Stone.
Yes.
What would you like to say before I kick out your first jam by a cartoon character and a Muppet? Oh, no,
Well-
not a Muppet. I shouldn't say that. I slipped.
Whoa,
Puppet.
No,
Puppet.
it's the song.
Well, Muppet is a name brand of a puppet, but
Sure.
a puppet is the umbrella term.
Interestingly enough, the person, the entity that sings this song is a multi-talented amphibious creature, a newscaster,
Yeah.
a closet romantic, a hell of a tap dancer, song and dance guy, a comedian.
Big deal.
Definitely could interview kids about alphabets and numbers. But ironically, the show that he was sort of introduced to us on, that I think he was introduced to us on, he was never actually on the street. Do you know what I'm saying? Fun fact here. Possible mind blow. But he was never actually physically on
I'm
the
with you.
street.
Yeah, he was doing Newsflash.
He was just interstitially famous. But he wasn't on the
Well, he
street.
didn't live
Are
there.
you sure?
No, he didn't live
I
there
have no
like
memory of him
Big
ever
Bird.
appearing.
So Big Bird and Oscar lived there. This guy, and we're going to kick out this jam in a minute, he didn't live there.
He
You're
was
right.
like the less.
He was the newscaster.
Lisa LaFlamme. Is that how I pronounce that?
Lisa LaFlamme.
He was like a Lisa LaFlamme of.
He's right.
of
Would he
news.
interact with Grover and stuff?
Sometimes? Oh yes, Super Grover.
But Grover
He would
didn't live
report-
there either.
No, Super Grover. He would report, and Grover did show up on the street for visits.
Yeah. Who talked to
Yes.
JoJo?
Jojo Chinto?
Oh, that was Cookie Monster.
That was Cookie Monster.
Yes.
Like the low. JoJo was awesome. Yeah.
Did you know
Right,
that
yeah,
people
yeah,
people
yeah.
can see
I love
Snuffleup, I
JoJo.
guess, now?
Yeah, I
Since
hope
when?
so.
That was the big thing for me as a kid.
Anyway, this
Okay.
is a beautiful song that if you listen to it, it probably has, deeper meanings than just a lovable frog sitting on a log playing the banjo. It may have to do with, who knows?
First Muppet movies, awesome, great movie.
What a gem.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
You know what's really shocking
it.
about this rendition of the song, unlike Cam's Alf selection? This song charted at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow.
Number 18 on the Adult Contemporary chart.
That's
Of course,
surprised.
we're listening to The Rainbow Connection, a song from the ageless 1979 film The Muppet Movie, which was enjoyed well into the mid to late 80s by kids our age.
Totally. I bet it would hold up today if you watch it.
Interestingly enough, the song and lyrics were written by Paul Williams and Kenneth Asher, who were the music, sung and dance guys responsible for the music and lyrics behind the film A Star is Born.
Whoa.
So they were brought in.
Like the original?
Yeah, the original.
Holy shit.
So they were brought
Wow.
in to collaborate with Jim Henson, who's obviously singing this song. Here's the funny anecdote for you. what is a rainbow connection? How did they come up with Rainbow Connection? Well, they started writing about rainbows and all this sort of as a metaphor for, after the rain comes the rainbow.
Yeah.
And they were talking to the wife of one of them, and they were like, we're looking for some sort of rainbow connection. And she was like, wait, say that again. And that's how they came up with it.
Okay, that's good.
Isn't that funny?
I like that.
Their motivation or inspiration was When You Wish Upon a Star from the Pinocchio movie.
Of course, that's Jiminy
I could see it. I
Cricket.
could
For
see
my
that.
Italian friends out there. This song has been covered so many times. I'm going to shout out. You tell me. Just say yes or no if you've ever heard of the
Okay.
artist or their version.
I'm ready.
Judy Collins.
Hell yeah.
You know who that is?
So, of course.
Big story about Judy Collins in the Kevin Shea episode from a few weeks
Both
ago,
sides
where
now?
she butchered the Canada at the
Yeah.
ACC with Ken Dryden. Very excited to have her
Mary
there.
in,
Big story.
in 1980 alone, there were 4 covers of this. Judy Collins, Mary
Okay.
O'Hara, the brothers Casmero, and the Carpenters.
Oh, okay.
Well, when did she pass? She's
it
gone
was
by
like
then.
83 or something, I think.
Yeah, she's gone.
In
by then.
1981,
Sad.
Leah Salong. Do you know who that is?
No.
1994, Kenny Loggins. 1997,
Kenny Loggins, that's your boy.
Less Than Jake.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
That's
Warp
third
Tour.
wave.
1999, Cam's favorite, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Okay, another Warp Tour.
2001, Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band.
Nope.
2001, Willie Nelson. 2002, Sarah McLachlan.
Wait. Back it up. Willie Nelson covered this on the Muppet Show, did he not?
Yeah, but then he recorded it for his album Rainbow Connection.
Shout out
Really?
to Canna Cabana.
Okay.
Sarah McLachlan, 2002. Peter
Wow.
Kincotti, 2003. Jason Mraz,
Okay.
2004. 2004,
He was a big deal.
The
I'm
Chicks
yours.
in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Johnny Mathis, 2005.
Hey.
Is he alive?
Jane Manheit.
I think so.
Jane Mansfield.
Doesn't say that.
No.
Trespass,
She's long gone.
Trespassers William, 2000.
You know who her daughter is, Jamie?
Weezer,
The girl from
2011.
Special Victims Unit, the woman who stars
Really?
in Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Weezer.
I'm
not surprised
I'm
Weezer
so done
covered
with Weezer.
Yeah, me
their
too.
shit.
You know what? All those shitty Toto covers, I'm done.
Enough.
Jim Brickman, Andrew Horowitz, Yale, something or other.
Okay.
Gwen Stefani, 2015.
Wow.
Let's skip some of these. Lisa Loeb,
There's at least a left.
you
Casey
say-
Musgraves,
I only
Wow.
hear what I want to.
a gentleman named Faraz.
Do you know who
who's,
directed the video for And You Say I Talk Slow
Ben
all the
Stiller.
time?
Ben
Good
Stiller?
guess, no.
Who?
Ethan Hawke.
Really?
But here's the mind blow.
Wow.
The most recent artist to cover Rainbow Connection
Stu Stone.
in 2021.
I have work to do here.
In 2021.
Okay.
Let's see if you can name this artist. The most recent cover of Rainbow Connection. This one goes out to
Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's
Leona Boyd.
on the other side?
Doesn't sound like the artist that it is.
Rainbows are
Wow.
Did you know it was a duet?
I didn't realize there was a
Did you
post.
listen to it before you sent it?
How do you say it? Posthumous?
Posthumous. No, they
Oh,
changed.
this
He's
is
still
someone
around.
who's-
They changed his voice. That's all.
No, but that's Jim Henson.
No, that's the new
You sure?
Kermit. I think it's the new Kermit.
Are you sure?
Well, we're gonna hear him again in a minute. Are you sure this is from 2021?
Yeah.
I know they're wrong, wait and see.
Okay, when Kermit comes back, I'll turn it up and focus on his.
someday we'll find it.
I don't think that's Jim Henson.
Is the
Jim Henson was a little.
the female voice someone contemporary or an older?
No,
artist?
older. Stu loves her.
She's fabulous.
It's like Bette Midler. Or something?
No, good
Close.
guess, 'cause
Very
Stu's
close.
Very close.
Cher.
Yeah,
No,
very close.
you're almost there.
You're in the right synagogue.
We already talked about a
Janice
star.
Ian.
We already talked about a Stars
Oh,
Born winner.
Babs.
yes.
Really?
Barbara Streisand.
Wow, mind blown.
There you go, folks. Barbara
Okay.
Streisand. You can
That's
pick
fun.
that up at your
That's
local
her?
Costco.
Is that like auto-tune or
Yeah, it sounds weird. She has like
Yeah.
auto-tune on. She doesn't need it.
Can I
Bit
just let
warbly.
you know that on Pandemic Fridays, do you remember Pandemic Fridays?
Of course.
I kicked out this jam, and you guys shit all over me.
For what was the topic?
was celebrity jams. Patrick
Okay,
Swayze,
yeah,
She
yeah,
Likes the
yeah.
Win.
Yeah, this
Eddie
shouldn't have been
Murphy,
one, 'cause
Party
Kermit
All
the
the
Frog is
Time.
not a celebrity.
Bruce Will.
That's
Bruce,
so fuck. That's such bullshit.
It's not
I'm
a
mad
celebrity.
all over
it's a
again.
character.
It's a celebrity character.
No, it's not. It's
So
a
it's
character.
How can you say Kermit
the
the
celebrity
Frog?
is Jim Henson, not
No,
Kermit the Frog.
is a
So
celebrity.
Mickey Mouse is a celebrity.
Yes.
Okay.
Cam, come on. Come on.
So bulletproof vest.
I see where you're coming from. It's just in the spectrum of songs that could actually fit the category. So this is a different argument than you guys thinking like Melmac Girls sucks. Regardless of if you think it's a good song, it does fit the category like a glove.
Shout out to OJ.
There you go.
I kicked out Rainbow Connection because I love this song.
It's a great
Stu,
song.
I'm glad you're kicking it out, buddy.
Thanks, man.
And he's a fucking puppet, and it
And a
disqualifies.
celebrity puppet.
And this mind blow, I still find her boring, but I'm glad you like Babs, Okay.
I think it's my birthright to like Babs.
Yeah. She'd be like mid 80s now?
No.
Barbara
I don't
Streisand?
think she's in her 80s.
She's gotta
You're
be
thinking
maybe 70.
You're thinking of Barbara Walters.
Barbara Wawa.
How old is Barb? I'll just write, how old is Babs? I wonder if that just is like enough.
How old is
Yeah.
John Stossel?
Babs? Oh no, that's Babs Thorne.
Well, how old's
The Streisand effect.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then we're-
Barbara Streisand is actually 80 years old this year.
there you go.
She looks
Okay.
really good for 80.
Yeah.
She's
Sounds
hot,
good
right?
too.
Look at that. That's an 80-year-old woman.
Sure.
Hubba hubba.
wearing
Thankfully,
a
she never
choker.
got that
Wearing a choker.
rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Cam, set us up for your second jam, brother.
I'll just say this one's by a puppet, and this one's very short, has a bit of a spoken word element to it, which is fun. And actually, can I say one other thing?
No.
I had a barbecue. I had some friends over on Sunday night.
How come I didn't get invited?
This was
I would've biked over.
We have a small backyard, but they were just saying, how's the podcast going? I'm like, it's great. We're doing cartoon jams by puppets and cartoons. And this guy Jack, who's dating Allie, who I used to work with at Twitter, said, "Oh, are you gonna choose this song?" I'm like,
we didn't get an invite.
"Oh my
to
god."
this? That's bullshit. Jack and fucking Allie are in your backyard having a barbecue. Where's Stu and I?
Anyway, point being, Jack called this, and not Jack Dorsey, to be clear.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth? Let's find out.
Hi, kids. Why are we on television anyway? We're here to tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are. And why you should never take anything a stranger tries to give you. Why not? Because if you ate somebody else's medicine,
I was hoping to
some
show up
bad
in this,
food,
whatever this
or
is.
some poison, you could get very sick.
But it's fun to play in exciting
I want
places.
to be sick. And that's why before you eat anything,
more of an interlude
you should
than a
always
song.
ask someone you love if
There's
it's
a song.
okay.
Some music coming.
love you. Can I eat the guitar? No. But you can help me sing a song about eating things that don't belong inside you. Okay. I wasn't really hungry anyway. Well, wait, maybe a little bit. Okay, everybody. If you see something that you want to eat, before you do anything, remember this song. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face.
Oh,
Don't
Cam really
stuff
mailing
in
it
your
this
face,
week.
Though it might look good to
It's a
eat.
good
though
jam.
it might look good
What
to
in the
eat,
fuck is
and
this?
It might look good to taste. And it might look good to taste.
Andy Pandy,
You could
great
get sick.
choice. Cam, thumbs up.
Well, Andy's never wrong.
Let's listen to the song.
Real sick, real ick. Don't you put it in your mouth, till you ask someone you love. That's right, sis. If it's okay to eat, if it's okay to eat, like a muffin or a beet.
Like a muffin or a beet.
If you don't know just what it is, remember, boys and girls, don't put it in your mouth. Hey, what am I doing? I don't even like beets. Then don't put it in your mouth. Bye-bye, everyone.
Remember, boys and girls, never take anything from a stranger and don't put things in your mouth when you don't know what they are.
What the
If you
fuck?
eat somebody else's medicine or some bad food or some poison, you could get very sick. Always
Die.
ask someone you love before you put anything in
You
your
guys
mouth.
get that? Don't put poison in your mouth.
Cam, where do you remember that from?
That is bizarre. Were you
I don't
putting
know,
things
just
in
like
your
TVs.
mouth and someone had to play that?
The
But
odd
where
thing.
where was that airing?
I don't like global TV. I don't know, like CHCH, wherever we were watching. This would play like during cartoons, like the concerned
Interstitials.
child advertisers. And it
And it's
remind
Canadian?
yeah, it's a Canadian organization. It remind me of the song "Put It in Your Mouth" by Akinelli.
Yeah, that's a good song.
This is that's kind of the
the
it's it's like a response.
That could have been your mind blow.
song. Anyway, this organization, I think their most famous ad was the House Hippo. Do you remember that? Like a little, it's like, don't believe everything you see on TV. It's like a little hippopotamus like walking around the house.
Do you remember Stay Alert, Stay Safe, Bert and Gert? Is that before your time? or ahead of your time.
Yeah, I know that. Were you in that?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And you
were
did
about
like
to hear.
one that's like, it's fun to play in exciting places, but if you see like a hypodermic needle, don't touch it.
I did that as well.
That was you,
Yes.
right? Okay.
That's good advice,
Yeah.
actually.
It's still good advice.
Don't,
Yeah, it's still good
don't jab
advice.
it in your arm.
Yeah, don't touch those needles. when you
Don't
find
touch
them.
those needles.
Wow. Did you know this song? Like, have you ever heard
Okay,
this?
so I feel I know references to that song from Adults with Nostalgia.
Yeah, like
I don't
Retro
believe-
Ontario.
I
It's on his
don't-
channel.
I don't believe I have any firsthand actual memories
might have been a
from
bit
the
too
time.
old.
Like, I only know it secondhand. Like, I should know it, but I don't believe I ever saw
See,
that on
it
television.
doesn't ring a
That's
bell.
why I'm
That
asking,
that
like,
little
where was
tune.
it? Were you watching Saved by the Bell on Global or something when it would
Put
air?
Dr. Snuggles.
That's a TVO. There's no
I
ads
would
on
say-
TV. Oh, there might be PSAs.
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like this is probably late 80s, early 90s. So this could be like Street Sense, you know, maybe a bit more like mature
Yeah,
stuff.
like
Could it
I
be
remember,
like 12?
I've got a few years on you guys.
Barba
Yeah.
Papa.
Yes, I loved Barba Papa.
Yeah,
I loved
like you might have been
Dr.
in
Snuggles, I
university
loved.
by the time Don't You Put It in
Simon
Your
in
Mouth.
the Land of Chalk Drawings.
Well,
Was,
Mike
Jeremy
also-
was the bear was my guy.
Mike likes to put things in his mouth, so that this song's not for him.
Yeah.
Especially the
He's-
great
he's-
taste
he's
of Great
more-
Lakes Brewery beer.
He's more-
Cheers
that
to
in your
you.
mouth.
Cheers to you.
He's
I'm
more an
drinking my,
Akinelli type guy.
I can't wait for TMLXX, by the way. Every FOTM you can hear my voice. And I'm sorry if there are any technical issues with the live stream.
It's
Ian
fun.
says it's smooth as silk for him, but he's bragging
So
about
that's
his
like 2
awesome-
weeks today.
It's
the
2
event,
So
right?
here's the deal. I'm going to record tomorrow. Monica's going to have a birthday party on Saturday. Then
happy
and
birthday.
then I'm camping.
Okay.
And then there's only one episode on Friday next week
you
with Roger
glamping?
Christian. No,
Wow,
well, there's
what's-
no electricity.
What's Matt Layton
I'm in
going to
a
ask you
tent.
every day?
Yeah, I won't be online for a few
Don't
days.
put
so
it in your
You
mouth.
reply to Matt Layton and say I'm camping. So I'm gone.
It's not
Yeah.
stuck in my head now. What a jam.
It's a good.
You know, it is
Play
catchy
puppet.
as fuck. Okay, so
you.
my turn. You ready,
My
guys?
turn.
Did you raise your daughter to play that for her?
Yeah, she hasn't put stuff in. Like she's smart girl.
She's not putting it. She puts the odd, joint in her mouth.
That-
Like, shout out
stop
to Canna
it.
Cabana.
How
Stop
old is
it.
your daughter
She's
now?
13.
She's not smoking
Oh, that
weed.
is too young.
You son of a bitch.
Probably not.
Okay. I didn't know how young she was.
She's
Okay.
I like
mature.
how you said probably not. Like there's
Well,
a-
I don't know. Like,
Oh, next
grade
Friday. Next Friday, my
Going to high
daughter. My
school?
daughter moves to Montreal next Friday,
whoa.
and I'm very sad
Can we
about
go
it.
visit her? Like,
yeah.
where's she staying? Is she in
on
residence?
residence at McGill.
Okay.
But
How old is she?
I'm feeling I'm feeling very bittersweet feeling. I've been feeling it all week. Like
Half
I'm
of them
proud
out of
of her.
nest.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
No, one came back. Okay, so
Okay.
James did 2 years at Laurier.
Yeah.
In his third years at York.
Really?
So he's
is he,
coming
is
back.
he like back here? I was gonna
James,
say,
get
is
out
he
here, you son
sleeping?
of... I took him to... Well, he's summer.
Wait, he lives here again?
He's at his mom's and me. He kind of splits
Okay.
the time.
Mac and me.
Mac and me. Oh,
That-
that's a McDonald's ad.
Andy was smoking weed at 13, for those that were wondering.
That explains everything.
Dave says only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah, that was...
Fucking Jays are on fire. 9-2.
Cam
Wow.
Brio mentioned that the Gem in the Holograms live action movie was junk.
Oh, if Cam said that, it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
He likes a lot of bad
Leslie
stuff.
Ville says first round goes to Stu. Well, second
We
round
are the misfits.
is going to go to Stu as well.
What, Gorillas lost? Okay, let me see if I can win this round. You ready?
Yeah.
You know, a town with money's a little like the mule with a spinning wheel. No one
Monorail?
knows how he got it, and danged if he knows how to use it. Mule. The name's Lanley, Lyle Lanley. And I come before you good people tonight with an idea. Probably the greatest... Oh, it's not for you. It's more of a Shelbyville idea.
Now, wait just a minute. We're twice as smart as the people of Shelbyville. Just tell us your idea and we'll vote for it.
All right? I tell you what I'll do. I'll show you my idea. I give you the Springfield Monorail. I've sold monorails to Brockway, Ogdenville, and North Haverbrook, and by gum, it put them on the map. Well, sir, there's nothing on earth like a genuine, bona fide, electrified six-car monorail. What I say?
Monorail.
What's it called?
Monorail.
That's right, monorail.
I hear those things are awfully loud.
It glides as softly as a cloud.
Is there a chance the track could bend?
Not on your life, my Hindu friend.
What about us Brendan slobs?
You'll be given cushy jobs.
Were you sent here by the devil?
No, good sir, I'm on the level.
The ring came off my pudding can.
Take my penknife, my good man. I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice.
Monorail.
What's it called?
Monorail.
Once again.
broken.
Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken.
Mono. Okay, Phil Hartman. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. What a fucking loss.
What a talent.
Every time I hear Lyle Landley or Lionel Hutz, I think, oh my God. What a great, he was so great on Saturday Night Live. He was great on News Radio. Just what a talent. From Brantford,
Totally.
Wow, okay. Shout out to James Cameron. Still with us.
He's from Brantford?
Yeah.
Too? Oh.
Yeah. And the guy, what's his name? Wayne something?
Wayne Embry?
The great one. Wayne Embry. So where do I go? That episode is fantastic. That was written by Conan O'Brien. Did you know that?
That specific episode.
That specific episode.
Why is this episode? Because I not really a Simpsons person, but I'm very familiar with this. The monorail. Why is this such an iconic episode?
Well, it's in the prime Simpsons years. So
Okay.
they take the first year to kind of get the animation right, get the flow right. 2 I quite like. Actually, I like 1, but 2 I quite like. Then by 3 and 4, they're cooking with gas, and this is the
It's
kind
like
of
the sweet spot.
Sweet
You could
spot.
have gone with the Mr. Plow song.
Sure. There's a lot of great. First of all, there's a lot of great Simpsons songs I could have gone with. I had to choose one, and I chose that. I could have done the Quickie Mart song, but do you want to know what we're the parodying there? What the hell is this? I think it's Rich Moore. I'm trying to think of
Is it
who
like
does the song.
the Music Man or something?
Well, thank you for blowing my
Oh shit.
fun fact
Okay.
there. But yes, okay. So I was gonna ask you too. Are you guys into any like musicals and shit, like Oklahoma, The Music Man?
Nah.
Like, is this something you
Nah.
guys are into?
One of my friend's kids was just in the Music Man. What
Yeah,
is that like a
Katie was in it too.
Well, here's the big jam from The Music Man that monorail song is parodying. You ready?
Sure.
Well, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand
Sounds
are
like
golden.
Stephen Colbert.
Help me cultivate horse sense and a cool
is Robert
head
Preston.
and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to give an ironclad leave to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot? But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity.
So
to score
basically,
a
this is,
ball-like game. I
like
say
you've
that
probably
any
heard You Got Trouble right here in River City and all that shit. That's from The Music Man, and that's what the
Rolls
monorail
into town
song.
and-
Yeah. Like
What
I
is
always,
the plot of that?
I've never seen The Music Man. I only know.
I think like he comes into town and he's trying to sell instruments. He's like, oh, this town needs
But is he trying to
instruments.
is he swindling them?
Yeah,
okay,
like
so
he's
then
kind of
that's-
like what's
Right.
it's like what
Because,
was this guy really about?
In that monorail song, this guy's just trying to take money from
Totally.
right. He's just
Have a
trying to-
shifty,
as you remember,
charismatic.
the monorail is like smoking.
And of course, you remember the song "Get the Mono, Mono, Get the Mono,
yeah.
Mono, Get the Mono."
Cocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the guy who was in all the ads with the mustache.
Was it the Micro Machines guy?
Yeah, is it
No.
the Michael Machine? But
Scatman?
he was an actor who was in all the ads.
Don,
in the 80s.
something or
Yeah,
other.
that guy. Was he on Beachcombers?
Could have been.
Is it like Don Herman or something?
No.
Yeah, I know the guy you're talking.
Okay.
Get the
So
mono,
He
mono.
also used
I
to do
think
like what's the thing? Tires.
Yeah, that was the Nylons actually did that. It was
Get
like
the
an
mono,
acapella.
mono, get the mono, get the mono.
Bowser.
Good song about cocks.
Right. I love a good Cox song. Shout out to Damien Cox, who came over with Gord Stellick last month.
That
okay,
was a good
So
album.
my monorail song, which I quite like, is just really a warm-up for the great Stu Stone. Go ahead, Stu.
Yeah, I hate to beat you at your own game here, Mike. I hate to show you how it's done, but I guess I'm going to win the round by playing this.
Is this Bart?
Yeah, let's do the Bartman.
No.
Whoa, mama. We were talking about Bartmania earlier today in the DM thread because 1990, Bartmania was in full effect at the X. And I was doing a game booth, and the prize was a Bart Simpson
Bart
doll.
Stuffy?
And I rigged. It was stuffy, but a hard head.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember
A hard
that.
plastic head.
Yeah.
And I rigged it so Joe from TO could win one.
Oh, no.
Do you know all the voice actors that are the prime voice actors are all still alive? That's a fun fact.
Long intro.
I'm supposed to be talking over this, right?
This could have been a Club 102 jam. Like it's top of
Chris
the set.
Shepard?
Yeah.
On a Friday
So you can
night,
talk
Chris
over it.
Shepard.
Whoa! Hey, what's happening, dude?
I'm a guy with a rep for being rude.
Terrorizing people. cycle wherever I go. It's not intentional, just keeping the flow. Fixing test scores to get the best scores. Dropping banana peels all over the floor. I'm the kid that made delinquency an art. Last name Simpson, first name Bart. I'm here today to introduce the next phase.
See, I think I'm going to win this round based on who wrote this song. But let's leave all the fun facts to Stu Stone. Stu, speak to us, brother.
Well, I'm waiting for the background vocals to be heard so that we can try to identify some of the other singers in the song.
That's the Bartman.
Everybody, if you can do the Bartman, shake your body, turn it out. If you can,
check it out, man.
To the side, and she can.
Weird, you can't really tell that it's him.
Andy says, excellent choice, Miker. That was my...
This is a good song.
Well, it was a huge Much Music
Yeah.
hit.
I feel like it's probably number one.
We are listening to Do the Bartman from the 1990 album The Simpsons Sing the Blues.
Leslieville says round 2 to Mike.
Leslieville, that's fine. Wait till
VP of Sales says Monorail better than Bartman.
Well, it is, but not as big of a hit here. So
Not a single.
now you can't really tell, but somehow that doesn't sound like him.
Well, he wrote it.
He also provided background vocals, apparently.
Really deep, maybe. In the
Written and produced by Michael Jackson.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Remember,
you can kind of hear it.
Yeah. He's in there. And remember, this is around the time of Stark Raving Dad. The only episode of The Simpsons not streaming on Disney Plus.
I always thought that was more like an urban legend that Michael
No.
Jackson was involved in this.
No,
Like, that's
no.
confirmed?
He did not sing on The Simpsons, but he did
produced
the
this
speaking.
song.
The guy who did the singing was a guy named Kip Lennon, but that was 100% Michael Jackson.
Kip
He had
Winger.
and we used it to groom young boys.
Despite receiving much radio airplay in the United States, Do the Bartman was never officially released as a single there. So 1236, relax. I will say, however, in Canada, it got all the way to number 14 on the charts. This song was top 10 music video all over the world. Won the MTV, or nominated for the MTV Awards that year, etc. Another fun fact, I did not share this tune with you, but there was a song the same year that came out called Do the Bart, which was by Two Live Crew. So if you mistakenly were looking for Do the Bart,
It's
man,
kind of like a woot. There it is.
I don't remember Do the Bart. Maybe you can find it, Do the Bart, but it's Two Live Crew,
all
and
the
I'm sure
grandmothers were like buying
Yeah, like
the records.
Making my shit so hard.
If you mistake it, Do the Bart was Two Live Crew.
Gotta look out for that.
Luther Campbell.
Luther Campbell.
Luke Skywalker.
Right. He's shout out to Roger Christian.
So there you go. Do the Bartman. I do admit that the Monorail is a better song, but iconic.
And less problematic song.
However, if you want to look at pop culture relevancy, you didn't have to be a Simpsons trivia buff to know this song.
Yeah.
You might have to remember the Monorail episode. You don't have to remember that here.
All we
This
need
is
to do
a
is
fine-
go to the
fine
guy who doesn't
choice.
watch TV here. Cam, did you know the Monorail song?
I did, but this is a better choice. This is a bullseye.
Thank you, Cam.
Do you
It's a good
realize-
song too.
Thank you.
I feel like dropping a Norm Macdonald on you about
No,
Michael Jackson.
I like Monorail too. It's good. I like Don't You Put It in Your Mouth. It's all good.
Okay. Thankfully for you, I do have the DVD that has Stark Raving Dad on it. They can't take that away from me. So if you want to watch it, let me know. I'll lend you the DVD.
This is a dumb question. Is The Simpsons still
Yes.
active?
33 years coming up, I
That's
guess.
unbelievable.
89 it debuted.
Wow.
Oh, wow, man.
Woo! Couple of back-to-back Simpsons
Hey,
jams.
Mike, can I do a segue?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
As you know, before...
There was also Do the Urkel, sorry, during that time. Do you remember that
And don't
one?
forget the follow-up, Deep Deep Trouble, which was a DJ Jazzy Jeff jam,
Right.
which I think is better.
Yeah, that was a good one too. And then there was
Less
also
problematic.
the Sprain, Do the Sprain. That's when I think Lisa Turtle.
Lisa Turtle?
God.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was Screech.
Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
It was, rest in peace.
the
Shout out to
Sprain.
Ridley Funeral Home. Screech is dead.
So you remember
the Wolf, Teen Wolf? There was Do the Wolf.
Oh my God, yeah.
Everybody had a dance back then.
If everybody had a surfboard.
Okay, my question for you before we go to my third and final jam.
By the way, we're going to hit that 2 fucking hour mark.
Yeah, and this is related loosely to Matt Groening.
Matt Groening.
Groening?
Yeah.
You had Life in Hell appeared in the
Yeah.
pages of Now magazine.
Yes, it did.
Prior to this, Now allegedly the last issue is,
Looks like it.
is
These
on
guys haven't been
newsstands.
paid in 21 weeks.
Yeah. Do you care? Are you sad about this?
Well, I had Richard
melancholy?
Trapunski on to dive into what the fuck.
I
happened.
listened to that.
I've already buried this, Meg. Like, to me,
Yeah.
it's already died. It's
What-
just a question of when does it take its last
What
breath.
just like a shitty ending, just for something.
But
that's like
I'm a
really
realist.
iconic.
Like Cam, this age, this digital era, it's not the 90s anymore, man.
No,
like that
yeah.
was basically you need your concert listings, you need your alternative
Totally.
take. You needed that.
Yeah.
Like to
You
me,
need
I'd
your
go
classified
downtown, we'd
ads,
pick up Now, we'd pick up we'd go home, we'd catch up, whatever. I'm just, I'm a creature of the modern.
Well, imagine
digital
like
era.
reading a movie review in like a newspaper on newsprint.
I miss.
Like,
By the way,
unfathomable.
I'm a Gen Xer. I miss a lot of shit from the 90s. I miss
Yeah.
the movie. I loved watching Siskel and Ebert, and
Right.
that like a lot of shit that I loved. I loved going to the video store,
Totally.
talking up the cokehead video store owner in my hood about,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You should check out this Reservoir Dogs. You'd
Great
love
movie.
it." Okay, I never
Yeah.
heard fucking anything about Reservoir Dogs. He says you should try it. It blew my fucking
Well,
mind.
think about like Sports Center. Like you used to like watch TSN at like 7 a.m. to watch the sports highlights from the day before. Like you just nobody would ever
Sports
do that.
Tonight on CNN with
Yeah. Well, sports-
Vince
well,
and
fucking
Fred.
Sports Line.
Do you guys remember the Sports Line? Yeah,
and
of course.
George
Jim Taddy.
Michael's Sports Machine.
Yeah, Sports Machine.
Which I always thought was like
I
the
was so
fake guy.
disappointed because it wasn't George Michael.
You gotta have faith, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
so
By the way,
so-
someone shouted out South Park Blame Canada here. That should have been played by one of us. I don't think it's going
I
to be.
never was
but
a
it
big
might
South
be.
Park guy. Am I
But
in my
the South Park
never
movie,
never seen it.
But when the South Park movie came out,
saw the movie, though.
that was fantastic.
bigger, longer, uncut.
Was there a there was a movie?
It was actually
so
good,
good.
Movie?
because Saddam Hussein was being fucked by Satan, as I recall.
Was that with the puppets or
No.
No, that was good too. Team America or
Team
World
America.
Police or something. Yeah, I actually enjoyed the puppet
Yeah.
movie
There's
too.
probably music in that.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Walking
I'll have to
around the
check it out.
video store, looking at the different titles, then going
Yeah.
over and renting some Nintendo games, looking at the
And
wrestling
maybe
section.
Have some
like,
popcorn.
maybe for financial reasons, we're gonna get one new release and then one old release.
What was
'cause
your
the old-
video store?
Uh,
Was this just like an independent place?
Video
on,
Flicks?
on Jane Street near Colbeck? I had
Yeah.
a video store, and the
Jumbo
guy
Video?
literally got arrested
Yeah,
for
yeah.
dealing drugs.
Whoa.
Like that's a real
Yeah,
story.
Stu and I had Jumbo Video.
Oh, we had a Blockbuster at Jane and Bloor if I
Okay.
wanted the big chain, but at the local guy.
Well, Cam was very tall back then. He still is.
Still is.
But he used to be able to go behind the curtain, if you know what I mean. Because he was like
Or the
tall and
so-
looked
the
older.
Oh, you had a curtain because there's no
Yeah.
curtain at Jumbo.
Yeah, there
I
was
feel
a
like it was
curtain.
more
You have to
like
go to the independent
saloon doors,
Yeah,
like
he-
swinging
Cam
Wow.
saloon doors.
Cam used to go
Allegedly.
behind the
Speaking of
curtain.
bigger, longer, uncut.
Just took a glance. Just
Holy
took a
smokes.
quick peek.
That explains everything
I was
because you
back
were
there.
traumatized by the sperm, right?
Like, I could never go back there because I looked like I was like
You still
8.
can't go back there.
No.
Even with your Joey Batista beard.
Yes.
He wore like a trench coat.
Do you remember when during the pandemic when Stu Stone looked like Joey Badass?
That was shocking.
I know.
I can't.
Yeah.
I
He
look at
turned
that
into Joey
picture and
Badass.
I'm
Well,
like
he looked-
shocked by it.
He looked like Hulk Hogan when he went bad, and like he would dye his beard with like
and then he's like,
shoe
"Oh,
polish,
Oh yeah.
like the stubble.
The behind the actors studio. Do you remember that guy?
Yes.
He did the shoe polish thing. So he always.
Oh,
He
James.
died at like 92 or
Yeah.
something, but he looked like he was like 60.
What's his name? I was saying James Carville.
Tipton?
but-
Tipton?
Lipton.
Lipton.
Okay.
James Lipton from behind the actors studio or whatever. Or,
Shout out to Jumbo Video.
yeah, but Blockbuster.
Blockbuster, but Video Flicks.
Where did Ryan?
Video 99?
Ryan worked at VideoFlex.
Oh, do you remember Video 99? Or was that
yeah,
just
yeah.
a local thing? Okay.
Also, the great movie machine.
We had a 2-for-1 video at Jane and Bloor. I would go to
two
for a
for one
while
video,
too.
yeah. Okay, that's a
But these, I
Good
loved
deal.
that. I loved.
Coliseum
You know what I
video.
loved? I loved. Nostalgia moment here. I loved waking up on a Saturday, grabbing
Video
the Toronto
station.
Star sports section,
Shout out to Mark
having
Levy.
my cereal.
Yeah.
What did I get in the cereal box? Was there like a Tron Frisbee or what the fuck's
Sure.
in there?
Yeah.
Reading like the box score from the Jays game
Sure.
and catching up on everything, seeing what the magic number is or whatever.
Watch
like
throw on WWF Superstars at noon.
Coliseum Video.
Totally.
okay,
Video
now-
Station, which was
Right.
just shouted out here. I think that, my memory, if it serves me correctly, that was the first big
Is that the
video
big one?
store,
Okay.
video station. because Mark Levy's dad owned one.
Wow.
Videos?
Yeah,
Did they have like
Was
a
it beta?
train
They had
gimmick
beta?
like on the logo?
Yeah, it was at Thornhill Square.
Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I moved to 30 Charles Street West, I would go to Bay Video. It was Bay and like pretty much Bay and Bluer, but it was Bay's Video. Anyways, that was a big deal.
Bay Bluer Radio?
No, that was if you miss it, you miss it.
I will say
the Mendelssohns.
Hanging at Stu's house growing up, he had a fantastic like library of like dubbed VHS cassettes.
Yeah, okay,
All sorts of
okay.
stuff. Plus they had satellite dish. which
4-track?
is,
Or did you do
awesome.
the what was the 2-track? How did you do it? Like you get 8 hours out of that fucking tape, or
Like
2 hours?
extended,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
SPL. What the hell was that
Super
again?
long play.
Right.
They had that for VHS
SLP,
too.
yeah.
I remember having to make calls
Really?
on movies. Like, do I want it to look good, or do I just want to like fit
Oh,
like
wow.
3 movies on this fucking tape?
Bay Street Video, everybody's
Right.
saying.
Bay Street Video. That's the one.
I feel like the first WrestleMania on VHS was 2 cassettes.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yes. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Did
Like,
I tell
it
you
was like
guys
the Klan.
when I rented JFK, it came in 2 cassettes, and I
cassettes.
accidentally watched the second one first, and I didn't catch on until like fucking way late because it just seemed like they started at a trial.
Did you see John Candy or was he in the first half?
I
He was
think
in that, was he?
He was
not?
in that. 100%.
I guess I got to watch that movie again.
JFK.
I wonder if it's good. Like I
Let's
remember
just
it
do
being
We'll
good back
watch it
then.
together. And
Well, I
live
feel
stream
like
it.
a lot of people like Oliver Stone is like not a conspiracy theorist, but kind of.
Yeah, kinda. I did
He's
like
very mistrusting.
What was the movie with Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis?
Natural Born Thrillers?
Killers. That was
Thrillers?
the one. The
Norm
Killers.
Wilner worked at Jumbo Video on Steals Between Hilda and Bathurst. Do you know what else was on Steals Between Hilda and Bathurst? The Great Sluggers baseball card
That's
shop.
right. That's right.
You got any of those jerseys for me? Those shirts?
God.
Any left over?
No. Maybe.
They all got bloodied in the filming.
Maybe, actually. I'll
Honestly,
look.
like that plaza, giant.
I would never take it off.
Giant Toys R Us and Sluggers, and then across the street, Lime Rickies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
It's like
that's where
Xanadu.
Mike Wilner worked.
Yeah.
Lime Rickies.
Wilner worked. Mike
Fucking
Wilner
awesome.
worked at Lime Rickies. Yeah.
Wow, it all comes.
I feel like
back
there's
to
a
the
kosher
Wilners.
bakery.
Cameron,
Yes.
would you like to say any
there was a
words
slot track.
before
There was
we
a race
kick out
car
your
store.
third?
Hold on,
jam?
before you do that, we're
Yeah.
talking about that plaza a little bit more here.
Race
on
Yeah,
this-
go ahead. That's your neck of the
on
woods.
this
So let me
deep
listen.
dive. The remote car. So Adam Rodness, my business partner in 5'7" Productions, 5'7" Films.
You don't even know what it's called.
He was
And you criticize
he went
me.
to that slot car track. There was a slot car thing. There was an ice cream shop called Lowe's, which is an ice cream shop with RBI baseball they had in there on video game.
Yeah,
And Double
I know
Dragon they
well.
had, which was so sick.
Sorry, there's a race.
Yeah, it was like a race car, like a
Really?
Yeah. Then there's Zelly's Deli was a deli that was in
Yes.
that plaza. Toys R Us obviously was in that plaza.
There's still a Toys R Us near here.
There's st-
At Sherway.
There wasn't a McDonald's at that point, but now there is a McDonald's
In that plaza?
A standalone,
Really?
like they built
Like
it in
in
the
the
middle of the
corner?
parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Play It Again Sports was like around the corner there, if you remember. Just
What a
Hockey.
great run.
Great neighborhood.
Town,
Yeah.
Well, but then the mall there, like Town and Country, Center Point, it was
so
just
bad.
a piece of shit.
It literally is so bad.
Although the smoke shop there was one of the few places you could get the
Wrestling
wrestling,
magazines.
wrestling magazines and
Yeah.
wrestling cards, like
Yeah.
the WWF
Wow.
cards.
Yeah, I remember.
Like shitty little smoke shop, but they had all the
Wow.
best stuff.
Wow. Cam,
Yes.
what do you want to say before this third jam of yours?
This one has
The kitchen sink, by the way, was the ice cream that you would order at Lime
It was like
Rickies.
all the
It was
flavors.
all
together.
of the flavors, and like we would order
The
it.
giant waffle
Yeah.
shingle.
Did you ever go to Mr. Green Jeans?
Eden Center?
Yeah,
Totally.
That was it. Or the Organ Grinder,
That was at
Totally.
Esplanade.
Spaghetti Factory.
The Oregon Grinder was beside the Spaghetti Factory, right? They was
Yeah.
on the Esplanade there at Young there.
But
yeah.
Oregon Grinder was like a birthday party spot.
Yeah,
for
I
some
went to a birthday
reason.
party there.
What was so great about it? Did they have games or something?
Did they have animatronics there?
I think it was just marketed.
But
to
was it like
kids.
Chuck E. Cheese kind of?
there was a guy
with
that played the
animatronics?
organ?
I feel like there was animatronics there.
By the way, I was in Victoria, like BC, last fall, and they
Yeah,
still
Mile
have
1.
Yeah, and they still have like the old spaghetti factory downtown.
Really?
There. Yeah.
So we don't. Is our Spaghetti Factory gone? I didn't know it was gone.
No,
I knew
it's still there. Spaghetti
it's
Factory is
okay.
still there, according to YYZ.
Really?
Okay. Well, YYZ would know, and he doesn't like to be.
I feel like
Zed,
the
he was-
beer market is down there where
BIER.
Yeah, where the other one used to be.
Yeah,
I was gonna call that
that's a
Great
franchise,
Space Coaster.
though. That's a
What's the one that's gone?
Great Space Coaster.
Oh no. Sorry, having a senior's moment. Anyway,
Gary Gnu. And then
There's no news like Gary.
There's no
yeah.
Gary Gnu. Like speaking of great newscasters that are puppets, Gary Gnu and Kermit the Frog.
Anyway, my final track
Lisa
is,
LaFleur.
is also by puppets. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog.
I'm here with the 3 little pigs.
It is so tragic how we lost Jim Henson because he was still full of life. He wasn't that old a man. I don't know what he was,
my
49
hero.
or something.
Wait, what a
He was my hero.
And he got pneumonia or something, and he died.
creative man. just say that.
He should still be.
Apparently, I think he had. Well, whatever. There's rumors.
Well, I heard pneumonia. What did you hear?
He had immune issues.
I heard he didn't get like medical attention when he should have. Like maybe, but I don't know. I trust yours.
Okay.
I don't want to besmirch the great.
Well,
Jim
that's not
Henson.
just merge it. He had immunity issues.
Well, I will say this, Mike. That's a great segue into this jam.
What's going on? What do you want?
Love this movie.
Don't got no problem, no problem. Ain't got no suitcase, ain't got no clothes to worry about, ain't got no real estate or jewelry about my I just go in my shit with the chilliest bunch in the land. They don't look much. Chilly, chilly. They positively glow. Ha! Chilly down with the fire. They small with the fire. Bang, bang, fire. Like the man said, don't lose your head.
Cam really shit the bed this week, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because all three of your jams, in my opinion, are mediocre.
You just said I love this movie.
Yeah, I do love this movie.
Then what's the problem?
But this is not even the best song in that movie. What about the?
Is this from Labyrinth?
Yeah. But there's better songs than Labyrinth.
Like what?
David
David
Bowie
Bowie singing.
but he's not a puppet.
Is he a puppet?
He's not a puppet.
Asshole.
He's not a puppet.
Anyway, I'm gonna blow your mind like 3 times with this. The name of the song is "Chilly Down." Okay. Now, first mind blow. This is
Hold on.
just off the
YYZ
top of my
Gord
head.
says agreed. Cam songs are all horrible songs.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
but he's
Melmac
entitled to
Girls,
something.
that's the best you got?
Sure. Anyway, you know where I saw this movie at Centerpoint Mall. We were just talking about it.
Was there any sperm at the beginning?
Mark Fuller's birthday party. It was like
wow.
8th birthday
Did
party.
you cry?
Did you have
I
a
feel
crush?
like you would be
No.
scared of that movie, Cam.
Did you have...
I was a little bit
I was
scared.
crushing on Jennifer Connelly after that movie. Were you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can
checking.
picture Cam like closing his eyes during that movie because it got scary.
I had to go take a walk.
Did
like
Grandma
Wise
take you
Blood.
home? A
Grandma
Wise
take me
Blood.
home.
I had to go for a Wise
Yeah,
Blood.
Mr. Fuller, help me out. So yeah, this is the only song on the Labyrinth soundtrack where David Bowie doesn't sing.
And that's the one Cam went with.
Well,
Yeah.
because David Bowie's not a puppet.
But
Yeah.
he could have collaborated with the puppet.
Oh,
So
maybe.
okay, so this is
We'd
fun.
have to debate
This
that.
is fun. It's sung by 4 puppeteers. Okay.
Kevin Clash.
Frank Oz.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, because Kevin
That's
Clash.
a fucking mind blow. Kevin
Okay,
Clash,
that is a
who's
mind
like
blow.
later
Canceled.
gained fame by
He was
Elmo.
canceled, but I think they might have brought him back because the guy was over 18. And he,
Why did he get canceled?
Because there was some
he had relations.
inappropriate relationship
He had
with a minor,
relations
maybe?
with a young man.
Ooh. Okay.
But I don't think he was too young. I think that's why we uncanceled him. Maybe like he was young though. But I don't
Anyway.
think he was underage.
Let's park. Let's park that for a second. but-
Elmo, fucking Elmo.
Yeah, Chilly Down,
Oh, here he
one of
is,
the
here.
4 artists.
Allow destroy your own head. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Where's the referee? No, got to take your head off. Stop her, somebody stop her.
Frank Oz?
Yes.
Oh, speaking
there
of
four? You
Star
said there's
Wars,
four.
Actually, no. Wait, no, he was not. They're all no names, but we need to like
Harold Spinney?
We need to wedge in Esri.
rest in peace.
Esri Geography Corner. Okay, we're just
Love
gonna
Esri.
wedge this in.
Okay, Grigotski's gonna
Kevin
be a
Clash
TMO
went to Dundalk High
Dundas?
School. Dundalk High School in Baltimore, same high school as Bucky Lasik.
Wait a minute, who's
Skateboarder?
Bucky? Oh, I didn't know.
Famous
Bucky.
skateboarder.
Inventor of
Should I know
LASIK
Bucky?
As well, do you remember the 1989 Cubs?
Yes, Ryan Sandberg.
Ryan Sandberg, Sean
Andre
Dawson.
Dawson.
They had a guy who had a career year, Mike Bilecki. Pitcher.
Okay.
Do you remember? Anyway, went to the same high school. Anyway, Mike, this is going to tie together to one of your picks. One of the other puppeteers was Danny John Jules, a British puppeteer. He grew up in the Paddington suburb of London. Went
Paddington
to
the Bear.
Rutherford
He's a
High
puppet.
School. 2 people he went to high school with. Paul Hardcastle.
Oh, 19.
Talked about in our last episode,
that's
as
right.
well as Phil Daniels.
Wait, slow down. Phil Daniels is not the guy who was in C-3PO. That's Anthony Daniels.
Phil Daniels is the guy who does the spoken word part on Blur Park Life.
Holy fuck!
Confidence is a day of Park Life.
Wow. Oh my
Sometimes
God, I need
with
a
the
moment.
sparrows.
Stu, what do
to
you
the
say about
swallows.
this?
So that all ties together
How
very
did he?
nicely.
But it is interesting to listen. If you listen to the 3 jams that Cam kicked out, you'd be hard pressed to find worse songs, right?
Oh,
like it's almost
stop
like you
it.
thought the challenge was to pick the worst songs by cartoons or.
Why, so
Puppet.
these are just shitty songs.
Melmac Girls by Alf is pretty bad.
No.
Don't put it in your
Don't
mouth.
put
is not
it in
very
your
good.
mouth.
Yeah. And this particular Labyrinth song is pretty below average.
Chili down. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, it's just Elmo.
What was that one
it's the guy
David
who went
Bowie
to
song?
school.
It's all about the voodoo. Who do you do? You, by
Dance
the way-
magic. It's not fucking Puppet, Mike.
You're right.
What
It
the
would be
fuck's your
ineligible. I love Labyrinth though.
Okay, well,
I don't know about that song though. But Stu,
see, there's a reason you weren't at Mark's birthday party.
You know, I'm not upset about that.
You're being a jerk.
Whose birthday party?
Mark
Fuller?
Fuller. Mark
I
Fuller.
didn't know you guys.
Full dog.
I'm actually mildly upset. Maybe I'm having trouble because you had a barbecue in your backyard, and Stu and I didn't get invitations. But it sounds like
There was like
Allie was
6
there.
Allie was there.
Who else was there?
Lindsay Lynch of TikTok Canada
Was Canada
there.
Kev there?
No, her
Was
her
Stephanie
partner
Wilkinson
Colin.
there? Was
No,
Huh?
MF
But here,
was there.
Was there a because MF seems to like me? Was
Yeah.
there a moment when you thought, "Hey, let's extend an invitation to Mike and Stu"?
It was
Like
a
your
Sunday night.
Your guests might like to have some celebrities there.
They're all famous. Like these are all work for big tech. Allie works for Uber.
Allie.
Yeah, we
Allie
talked about
McBeal.
the tech industry.
Allie McBeal.
Yeah.
Dating Harrison
Anyway, next
Ford,
time.
who was in Star Wars that Roger Christian participated in. He helped design the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
Coming soon to Toronto, Mike.
Anyway,
Okay.
Labyrinth, Chili Down. Great
You-
song.
Look, I'm going to
Great
win round
jam.
3. I won
Great
round
jam.
2. I'm going to
Great
win
fucking
round 3.
jam.
I
Fuck
went
off.
Are you ready, Stu?
Yeah. Okay.
I love Stu. It's always okay.
That's a good song.
Is this Andy Kim?
He co-wrote it, but we'll get to that.
This is a smash. It's going to be tough for me to beat this, but I know I will. It's a great song. I'm surprised like it hasn't been redone in a modern way.
I'm trying to think of it. Sugar Sugar.
Yeah.
This is called Sugar Sugar. The artists ready for this? Cartoons. You ready?
Everything's Archie.
The Archies. I was in Riverdale to talk to Jim Cuddy. I made a joke on that
There you
episode.
go.
Where's Archie Andrews?
Was he nice?
Jim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was he? Okay.
He
It just
was
took a
nice.
while to warm up.
Just took 5 minutes. Only 5
Precursors
minutes.
to Josie and the Pussycats.
Well, they spun off. So
Right.
did a few things, including Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Little Jinx.
Sorry,
Little
from
Jinx.
from Archie's.
Yes.
Dylan.
Really?
Dilton Doily.
But that wasn't a spin-off. Like,
No,
it was just... You know, sometimes it was Eugene and sometimes it was Dilton Doily, but it was the
Archie's,
same character.
Double Digest.
I used to love my Archie Andrews Double Digest. Okay.
If kids of a certain vintage, and I'm saying everyone who listens to this show probably read Archie comics at one point or another. They were as hot as anything. I mean, I wrote
They were
book
fucking-
reports.
let me tell
I
you.
wrote book reports on Archie comics.
So-
I did.
FOTM Andy Kim. What is his role in this
Oh,
movie?
right.
He's a co-writer. So it was written by Jeff Barry and Andy Kim. Okay, the Archies recorded this. It went to number 1,
Yeah.
What year?
1969. It stayed at number 1 for 4 fucking weeks.
Can't wait to beat you.
It went to number 1 in the UK for 8 weeks.
There was there's also like yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got love in my tummy. Like this
Yeah.
was like a real movement. Like these sorts of like bubble gum, very sweet.
I
like
want
inoffensive songs.
candy. Is that later? Okay, so
But that's like a remake. So maybe that was like from the same era.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, Bow Wow, or is that the remake?
Or Bow Wow Wow.
Okay, so not a mind blow, but I mentioned what a big hit that fucking song was, right? Hook this to your fucking veins. Woo!
Sugar,
Oh. The Van.
honey, honey,
Who can name this artist?
you are my candy girl.
Otis?
No, good guess. This man,
Lou Rawls.
good guess. This man wrote the song that a bunch of wrestlers covered. Or didn't write it,
Land
but
of a
he
Thousand
had a hit with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rick
he had a
Derringer?
hit with it.
Land of a Thousand Dances?
Oh, Wilson Pickett.
Wilson fucking
Really?
Pickett.
I'll be sure.
So Wilson Pickett had a big hit, another hit. So 1970, Sugar Sugar is a hit again with Wilson Pickett's version.
Yeah.
It works like this version.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So good, Mike.
Like the horns.
The song. Oh, there's another cover.
Just a little.
Don't put it in your
little
mouth.
Bonus for everybody. Since he's a 2-time guest in Toronto Mike, both times in person. Once we sat in my kitchen chatting, drinking coffee.
Sorry, Andy Kim?
This is a big jam from Andy Kim.
Oh, Rock Me Gently.
What would Trudy think of this song?
She likes it.
Why'd he come on twice?
Once to talk to Andy Kim, the next time just to talk about, to kick out the jams. He came back to kick out the jams. He kicked out a Post Malone jam, as I recall.
Oh.
Very current, that Andy Kim.
Kind of has like a Neil Diamond vibe.
Yeah, totally.
Me gently, rock me slowly.
Actually, that's a really good one. Like the Con Can is the Pet Shop Boys of Canada. Andy Kim's the Neil Diamond of Canada.
But I always thought that the other Keith Hampshire was the Neil Diamond of Canada.
Oh, interesting.
Like if you listen to his big jams,
like First Cut is the deepest.
yeah, or even the. Oh my
Okay,
God.
Blue Jays.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on here. Here, everybody, hold on.
Keith Hampshire.
He has.
Was he Sunny Day? He was in Lighthouse, was he?
No. He was not. But
this sounds like the same Sugar Sugar like.
Do you know Big Time Operator? Or Daytime, Nighttime? Do you know these songs? So these songs.
Daytime.
Yes.
No,
Doesn't that
that's
sound?
Keith Hampshire.
It's Keith Hampshire. Doesn't that sound in your head like Neil
Yes,
Diamond?
totally.
Yeah. So I always think of Keith Ham, but this guy too. He's got it going on.
I
too.
remember that Daytime, Nighttime was on a ad commercial for CFMT. Like it was sort of their
Wow.
reruns. Like they would
Oh.
show like Cheers and whatever.
You know what I always remember?
Married with
Ready
Children.
for this?
Yeah.
You're watching 47 Cable Fun.
Right.
Boy.
Lucy Zillio. I've asked you before. When's
We
Lucy
gotta track her
Zillio?
down,
When's
get her on the
Lucy
fucking
Zillio
program.
coming
Okay,
up?
so I'm gonna pass the mic to Stu
So
to take
the
us
song
home.
that I'm going to play, which I'm going to win with, which you'll find out why shortly, but this song actually won 2 awards at the 30th Grammy Awards. It won the Song of the Year award and the Best Song written specifically for a motion picture or television.
Well, okay,
program.
wait. We got to talk first because I know there's a couple here loaded up, but you need the cartoon one first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's kick that one.
That's the
over,
one.
Stu.
That
Okay.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Big fucking jam right here.
Out there beneath the pale moonlight,
Little pitchy dog.
someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. So
Hold on. Turn it down for a second. Of course, are you there? Yes. Yeah, we're listening to the song Somewhere Out There from An American Tale. And on the phone with me right now is the guy singing the song.
Holy fuck!
Philip Glasser, the voice
Wow.
of Fievel the Mouse, calling into the show right now to secure a win. Phil, I picked your song as the greatest cartoon song of all time.
Appreciate that, Stu Stone.
And you were up against some stiff competition like Alf.
Don't you put it in your mouth? There you go. He knows.
But Somewhere Out There won the Grammy Award for Best Song. Did you go to the Grammy Awards?
I didn't. It won for Grammy and then was nominated for the Oscar. And I was supposed to perform like the first verse, and then Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram were going to take over, but they ended up just going with them. Probably the right choice.
Of course, Phil went on to do American Tail 5 Goes West in the series, and there's a Universal theme park ride, and there's dolls that you pull the string and Phil talks.
It was Steven Spielberg, right?
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg directed the movie, did Steven Spielberg direct it? He produced it.
He produced it. Don Bluth directed it.
Wow, that's a big name.
Yeah, big
There you
name.
go.
Don Bluth is big. As big as it gets.
That's a big name.
And, Phil, a good friend of mine. And I figured I would pick somewhere out there, and I figured I would blow everybody's mind by having Phil Glasser, the voice of Fievel the Mouse, who's singing the song on the Toronto Mike Toast
See,
episode.
Mike, we're playing checkers. These guys are playing chess.
We're playing
we're
chess
not in
over
the
here.
same
3D chess right
yeah.
there. I can't compete with
I
that.
appreciate it. I'm honored. I'm honored to be part of the T.O show.
Yes. Now, Phil, real quick, when you were recording that song, obviously you were a young boy at the time, but did you know that this was like a very special song, like when you were singing it?
Well, the funny thing about it is if you just listen to the song, my voice kind of cracks in the very
Mike
first
called you out on that.
little bit, and that was the very first take I ever sang in the song, and Steven and Don loved it so much, they wouldn't let me redo it.
It's charming.
That's so
that
funny.
Part made it because authenticity is what they were trying to get, and I was 6 or 7 years old, 6 years old, I think. It's as authentic as you can get.
And ironically, Phil Glasser, who, people call him Philly, in the movie American Tail, Fievel, when he comes to America, they start calling him Philly.
There you
in
go.
the movie.
That's right, because of my buddy, my grandmother used to take me to set, and she's a 4'11" Bronx Jewish lady that called me Philly, always has since the day I was born, and that's where Philly Mouskowitz came from.
Philly Mouskowitz. That's so funny. And of course, when Phil and I, we go way back, but the most impressive thing about being on An American Tail, other than the massive royalty checks he was getting when we were teenagers, was that in his bar mitzvah video, this is before the days of Cameo and whatnot, Steven Spielberg is in Phil's bar mitzvah video saying like, Fievel, it's your bar mitzvah. I'm so proud of you.
It's a big ad.
It was
Big
awesome.
ad.
Was Brian Master the DJ?
That was back in the day. We've kept that tradition going, though, because Stu has hosted my two sons' bar mitzvah videos. We have some pretty impressive cameos.
Yes.
That we've pulled off. We've got one more to go.
Yeah.
3 years.
The
who are the cameos?
the aforementioned
Toronto Mike's available.
The aforementioned John Travolta was a cameo in one of
Battlefield Earth's John Travolta.
My oldest, he was at his bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Travolta was at the bar mitzvah. He danced the horror with my mom.
I got a Pulp Fiction poster around the corner. That's a mind blow.
But anyway, Phil, I'm sorry to bother you. I know it's a very busy time for you, but it's really
Was
nice.
Dom DeLuise nice?
Yeah, we got some questions flying in from the audience. Was Dom DeLuise a good guy?
Amazing. Got to work with him for 11 years. I remember I went on to Troll in Central Park with him as well. And then we did a kids album. An amazing man. Awesome.
Really cool, man. Dom DeLuise was so, when we were kids, he was like...
Oh. Ask him about Star Trek Insurrection.
Someone's asking about Star Trek Insurrection.
I was living with Stu Stone when I did the movie.
Yes.
And I remember it was supposed to be like a one-day thing. I ended up working 8 days straight with Jonathan Frakes, I guess is the director. And it was just, I was playing young F. Murray Abraham as a kid. It was the bad guy, Edward Waffo. And I literally, it was so bad, my hours, I ended up sleeping on the Paramount lot in my dressing room because I was literally working 18 hours a day.
And they deleted the scene.
They did.
They deleted the scene. However, if you're a big Star Trek fan, it is on the DVD extras.
And Phil signs autographs for that movie all the time. That's how crazy
Oh, yeah,
Star
you
Trek
guys
is.
were at Comic-Con,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which,
Jesus
by the way,
Christ.
Don Bluth is doing his first Comic-Con.
Whoa.
Coming up with me in Los Angeles.
Wow.
On October the 9th. It's going to be crazy.
One more mind blow about Phil Glasser that really sort of ties together this room. On the show Full House, if you remember the episode when they have the flashback to when Bob met Danny Tanner meets Uncle Joey and Uncle Jesse in the schoolyard. Phil plays young Bob Saget.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God.
And so Bob Saget was also on his bar mitzvah video.
Oh my God.
The whole cast was.
It was incredible.
I got nothing.
Hurry up with Don Bluth.
All those guys were great. Obviously, the coolest thing I would say in the entire Fievel experience, and I worked with some of my favorite actors of all time, from Madeline Kahn to John Cleese. But the one I'll never forget is working with Jimmy Stewart. Last movie he did.
Oh, yeah,
last
Fievel
movie.
Goes West, right? Yeah.
He was
Oh my
Sheriff
God.
Riley Burp, and I worked with him for 2 or 3 days.
Oh my God.
And that was it. That was the last movie he did before he died.
Wow.
Attaboy, Clarence.
That's really crazy. And of course,
Yeah, that was a big one.
and now Phil, of course, is going to be famous for being the executive producer of the forthcoming sequel to Faking a Murder.
There you go.
Correct.
Yeah.
There you go.
So how about that?
I'm overwhelmed, but I will tell you that Don Bluth is 84 years old, so you better hurry.
Phil,
it
people
now.
are really pulling up your credits here. Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell, you were on Saved by the Bell
Just
as
like
well.
combing through the IMDb here.
Boy Meets World.
Who was he
as
on
well.
Saved by the Bell?
He's just various characters, you know.
Wow.
I did guest spots, some reoccurrings. Then I was a regular on Hang Time.
Oh, Hang Time.
Another 90s great one.
Totally.
So, Phil, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here. And somewhere out there is the greatest song from a cartoon ever, in my opinion. And you sang it, my friend.
I couldn't
It's a
agree
great
with you
jam.
more, and I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me.
All right, we'll talk soon, buddy.
All right, take care, guys.
That's
Amazing.
great. Look at that.
Stu.
That's how you win.
You know, Chili Down.
That's how you win. I don't even need you to play my mind blows.
I'm doing it, but there's an interesting quote I'll read from Leslieville.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great mind blow, Stu. I still
Yeah,
give the
I don't
round
care.
to Mike.
That's fine.
Oh.
Leslie Bill.
What was your song? I'm forgetting what your song
nobody
is.
even remembers your stupid song because I just had Phil Glasser come on, the guy who sang Somewhere Out There.
It was good.
No, that's well done.
It's a great
You're
song.
well-connected individual.
And so this is obviously the #1 version with Linda Ronstadt, who, fun fact, her original backup band touring back, as we've discussed, the Eagles.
Yes, that's true.
Came
Big
from
deal.
being Linda Ronstadt's, and James Ingram, of course, great singer, one of Ken's
late-
mom's favorites.
Totally.
The late.
J.I.
Wow. Wow.
So there you go.
I feel like Linda, we've talked about this, Linda Ronstadt is very underrated.
Well, if I may, speaking of The Simpsons,
Sure.
she has a great cameo in the Mr. Plow episode.
Really?
I think she's sleeping with Barney. Am I right? Barney and Homer have that competition as the great plow.
I feel
king.
like she's very self-aware.
And she did some Spanish albums,
Yes.
and I think she's singing some Spanish
Is she
song in the...
partially Portuguese or something?
Yamo B there just got a shout out, and of course the great Michael McDonald on that track.
Of course.
But yes, Somewhere Out There. Let's blast it, man. Shout out to Phil Glasser.
Somewhere out there, if love can see us through.
Wow.
It's a little schmaltzy.
Yeah, but
No, it's a lot schmaltzy.
it's of the era.
Of the era, yeah.
I mean, you talk about the songs that followed this, all those Disney 90s cartoons that
Yeah.
followed.
Did the guy who picked
you know,
Melmac
Another
Girls by
World?
Elf just call this schmaltzy?
But
Melmac
anyway,
Girls
I
are
had
schmaltzy.
I had a bonus sort of mind blow, but you don't
yeah,
need
no,
to play it.
why
I
not?
don't think we need. I think I'd like to just quit while I'm ahead.
But by the
Okay,
way,
I don't leave anything in
Mike,
the
you've
cupboard.
played Out of Our Shells from fucking Pizza Hut a million times. Melmac Girls from Burger King. What's the difference?
This was an honorable mention that I
Oh.
just wanted to self-promote by playing.
The Turtles never dropped the N-word, okay?
You know,
That's a good point. This is Dolly Parton.
Don't just throw the world away.
No.
Cause what goes around comes around again. We got
Sorry, what
a
is this?
gift that keeps on giving. So that we all still have a world to live in. Cause if we don't, then
This
in
is
a
from the
flash,
movie?
The world will be a big heap of trash. What goes
He's gonna
around
reveal it in a
comes
moment.
around again. You better believe it, girl. What goes
So this
around
is
comes around again.
Dolly Parton,
Sure.
Lily Tomlin,
Oh, 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Stu Stone,
What?
and the cast of the Magic School Bus.
Whoa.
Little Richard did the theme song, right?
So yeah, Magic School Bus had
Okay.
songs. So
Sure.
that was one of them, and we got to do a duet with Dolly Parton.
And Lily fucking Tom.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
you were almost gonna leave that on the.
I was going to
cutting-
leave that on the cutting room floor because Phil Glasser came on the show.
Well, it's all good, brothers. I fucking love this episode.
Another big win.
Yeah. Good mix of
There are no winners and losers.
9 for 9.
on Toast. There's
Yes,
no
good
winners and
job,
losers.
everybody.
All great jams.
So I'll see you guys next on September 1st,
Yes.
6 to 9 p.m.
MC Scat Cat was robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he.
So
yeah,
like
opposites
Ren and,
attract.
Ren and Stimpy.
There's a
that
bunch
song?
of good cartoon jams but you can only pick 3 each.
Yeah.
So that's.
Someone
what he
mentioned Deathlock. You know?
As soon as I knew that I could pick a cartoon song, I had to go American Tail just because I thought I would
Well,
really
could you-
surprise you guys.
You're like. Who had the touchdown celebration when they pulled out the cell phone and did the selfie? Who was? I don't know. I feel like.
Oh, God. Yeah.
T.O.?
You whip it out. Was that T.O.? Anyway, guys, can't wait to see you at TMLXX. I hope everybody listening makes an appearance. You're going to be fed. You're going to have a drink. You're going to hear great music. I'm going to say a few interesting things on the mic. We're going to have a mind blow contest.
Fabulous.
Stu and Cam and I are going to pick a winner.
Yes. I'm
It's going to
excited
be
for
big.
that.
I'm going camping. I got one more episode tomorrow. Then I'm going camping. And then we're going to have just count down. It's going to be fucking
Awesome.
epic. Thank you guys for dropping by. I love this. A tight 2 hours. We
This
did
is
it.
good. This is good. Good up.
And that.
Don't put it in your mouth.
That brings us to the end of our 1,100th episode. 1,100. Woo. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Toronto Mike.
I'm Hall of Famer Stu Stone, at Stu Stone.
At Stu Stone. He's the verified one of the trio here.
That's right.
Cam Gordon is at Cam_Gordon.
Hell yes.
Not verified.
Nope.
Neither am I.
Never.
Our friends, neither is Lisa LaFlamme.
She is again. She is again.
Breaking news. Okay.
Yeah, I intervened.
Oh, wow.
Their support
You got
team.
power, man. Why can't you get me one, you fucking intervener?
It's not up to me.
Oh, sorry, just with Lisa. Okay, our friends at Great Lakes Brewery are at Great Lakes Beer. Palma Pasta is at Palma Pasta. Sticker U is at Sticker U. Love Sticker U. Electronic Products Recycling Association are at EPRA_Canada. Ridley Funeral Home. You know Brad Jones will be there at TMLXX.
Totally.
They're at Ridley FH. And Canna Cabana are at Canna Cabana _. Bring some weed, Canada Kev, because there's going to be an after party. See you all.
Even Cam is going to partake.
I might.
Tomorrow, when my special guest is Amber Morley.
Don't put it in your mouth.